everybody, and welcome to the TTV podcast, episode 300!
We made it!
Marty!
Here!
It's back. We're back.
Is this what death feels like?
Alex!
More or less.
It's over 9,000!
Is it blissful? Let us commence with the formalities. I am Messa.
I'm Bar. I'm LJ. I'm Keeney.
I'm Tenebrae Invictus.
I'm Fluffy.
No. I'm Ven.
I'm Takumanuva.
I'm XX Trooper.
I'm Purple.
And I'm a Voca Tamer.
He's here!
Oh, he spoke!
The man, the myth, the legend!
AT is in the thing! What's with that?
Actually joined.
He has a voice.
What finally changed?
Oh,
I
man.
love how we were so close yet so far with that
Yeah.
thing.
I don't know why that got mixed up, but it's alright.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
This
Anyway,
is our first of...
Oh,
Oh, he's doing the thing!
Crossover
I
episode.
can see the thing on YouTube! He's doing the thing!
Yeah, he's
Congratulations,
dancing, man.
X.
Is he like... I thought it was only for 10 seconds. Is he gonna die?
No,
It's
the
an infinite
intro.
loop.
we got
Yeah.
Spencer
Oh.
Dupuis,
Intro's
the
only for
dancey
10
boy.
I
Yeah.
just care about the dancing boy. That was why
Oh my
I was
gosh.
thinking.
Welcome to
Boy.
IBZP, everybody. Welcome
All
to
right.
IBZP.
Check us out on
21.
Vessel.
Oh my god. So just a few disclaimers I want to get out of the way before we progress too far. Number one, if you prefer our small, organized podcast where we crack
No
jokes
way.
and have discussions
Like me.
Leave
like
now.
VAR, you won't find it on this episode because
You've come to the wrong
everyone
place.
is here. Almost.
Yay.
Matoro isn't here, but almost everyone is here.
Literally everyone but Matoro is here.
Which is quite annoying. But she's here in spirit.
It's the
yeah, 'cause
original
she's
crew.
dead.
She's the Waluigi.
She's dead.
Oh wait, that's right. Dead
She's dead, Jim.
Matoro can't come to the phone right now.
What?
What?
Toro died for your
Because
sins.
she's dead.
Because she's dead.
Uh-oh.
Remember, everyone, Matoro died for your sins.
Okay, BZ
Matoro.
Tower.
No.
Signature.
You know who's gonna visit me during jail? Matoro. Ha ha ha.
What?
I kinda get it.
Who's
Do all that
typing on the 300?
Not me for once.
Don't Guys, do it.
Well, I'm happy for you.
Stop it.
Just
Do it
kidding,
right
goes
there.
me.
Unplug your keyboard, or else I'll make you unplug
YouTube
from
lags,
live.
right? Just go to YouTube and listen to it. You'll find out.
Wow. And then, yeah, for those who have been following our channel, you may have noticed we've done a few weeks without TTV. It's because it was a gargantuan undertaking to get everyone here. I'm actually quite surprised that all of you showed up, but I'm very glad. Thank you
Yeah.
all for coming out tonight. All you guys, and also all the fans. You have a great turnout
Yeah,
this go
can't
around.
wait to be silent the rest of
Yeah.
the
Well,
time.
you know, I had so much to do this weekend that I just figured I would, give up on all of it and not do
I'm
anything
moving
fun
this
and
weekend,
instead
and I'm
be
here.
So.
Oh, hey, I moved this week. That was fun.
Wow,
Yeah,
I
I've
moved that you moved.
Heard you had a blast, Var, like involving getting a new phone.
You had a lot of fun stuff happen.
Dude, I've had the worst year ever of all time.
Do you want to
Worst
talk
year
about
so
it?
far.
Or you wanna
I
not
ca-
talk-
We're celebrating
I-
300. Let's talk about how down Var.
I could, yeah. I mean, I could go into it. I'll try to keep it brief. It's not
Do it.
very
I think
brief.
I
but-
think it'd be funny, but also
All right.
tragic.
I will take
Alright,
this
where do I
over
begin?
most conversations. Go ahead.
Okay, let me think here. All right, so I guess it all started in March, right? I'm gonna go through the whole thing, right? Like every bad thing that's happened to me this year, because it's
Do
funny.
it. Do it. Do it.
Do
Because
it.
it all
Like,
just piles on top of
every
each other.
episode.
So started in March. I think it was March.
Yeah.
Where I was let go from my job, along with literally everybody that worked at that company, including LJ and
Hello.
Meso.
Meso was
Everybody got
crying.
let go.
Hello.
Meso did get like earlier, but it was the same reason, really. But
Mhm.
anyway, so that sucked. That was awful, terrible time. And working remote for a company that is based in a different state than you are, it creates some complications when you try to start doing things like filing for unemployment. So I'm not going to go into the gritty details or anything, but basically trying to get that set up was a nightmare, right? And during which I was burning through my savings to make rent because I don't have a job and I'm not getting unemployment, right? And I finally got that situated and working, I think, I want to say 6 weeks after I got let go. So I'm broke, got no job. Then I get a phone call from my dad, and he's like, "Hey, son, your grandma just died."
Oh,
no.
Oh my god.
No.
Literally, Rip.
Laughing helps you get through it, man.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh, don't worry.
Literally rip.
It gets better. So.
Oh yeah, can't wait to be more sad.
So, I'm like, all right, cool. So now I have to impromptu drive to another state while also trying to find a job while struggling to pay bills. And on my way, remember that I don't have any money, right? I'll get this out of the way, right? I have no money. I'm broke. Driving to this other state. On the way to my grandmother's funeral, I get hit by another car. I get into a collision. And the rear end of my car just gets like smashed in. And I'll skip ahead a little bit because I took it to collision place to get it, appraised and everything. Damages are going to cost $3,000. So probably not going to do that. It's basically totaled. Anyway.
You don't have insurance for that?
No, the insurance is covering it, but
Okay.
they're probably not going to cover repairs. So they're going to offer me like a payment or something that's not going to be what the car
This
is
is
worth.
what your car was worth or whatever.
Yeah, basically. So anyway, that's the whole thing. Funeral happens, all that kind of stuff. Fun time, funerals.
Fun times, great times.
Yeah, great times. Make it back. It's time to move now. Start moving, and I finally move into a new place. It's good, nice place. I don't think I've told you guys about this yet, but on the very first day of being in the new place, I got I got a notification from the unemployment office saying, "You've exhausted your unemployment payments."
What?
Oh,
Somehow, apparently that's a thing that they didn't tell me about, and I only just got it accepted. So now, what?
How long did you have it for?
Only for 2 months, I think.
How did you exhaust it?
I don't know.
Your job must have been putting
Is it different from
absolutely
state to
nothing
state?
into your
It
unemployment.
is. It is different from state to state.
I know people who have had unemployment and it didn't burn through it in 2 months.
I know.
The job was super sketch about like
The
everything.
the job was super sketch, man. Like I
paycheck and
just remember that it took me like over 2 months to actually get it set up because they could not find my wages, and I had to go through back and forth between my job and the unemployment office and the company, and working in another state while living in your state, I know that I'm paying taxes to my state. So I called my unemployment office, which is what you're supposed to do. But my unemployment office told me to call that state's unemployment, which is incorrect. And I knew that was incorrect, and I tried to fight them about that, and they were like, "No, this is what you need to do." So obviously I did that, and that runaround, that back and forth, is what caused it to take 2 months. Anyway. So yeah, I've learned that my unemployment payments have been exhausted somehow. So that's a thing. Anyway, so I'm now unemployed, carless, in a new place that I can't afford.
Oh man.
And
Yikes.
and oh, trust me, this is such a good story. Anyway, so
Is it?
I'm like, well, what can I do, right? I just gotta keep moving my stuff because my lease is up for my current place, right? So I'm still moving my stuff, and thankfully, because of the collision, I was given a free rental car, and it happened to be a van, the Dodge Caravan. So I was like, oh, that's nice. I can use, represent Dodge. I can use that to help move and stuff.
Sponsored by Dodge.
So I did do that, and it was really helpful. I got all my stuff moved. The last thing that I had to move, though, was the thing that I was dreading, and I didn't know how to do it, right? It was my mattress. Had no idea, because it didn't fit in the caravan. I didn't know what to do, so I looked it up. Thanks to like Purple told me to strap it to the top of the van, which is like a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
So-
a thing, but it's not a very good thing.
Yeah, it's not a very good thing, but
Oh,
it is a
no.
thing, and the Dodge Caravan's got a good like rack on the top of it. I even looked it up. I looked at the strength that it can.
Wow.
Sigh.
Was that you, Flip?
Yes.
Oh my god, guys.
He was making progress and you ruined it.
Momentum lost.
I looked up the weight and how much it can carry, and it seemed to check out. I went and got tie downs, ratchet tie downs, looked up the weight for that, made sure that it could accommodate the mattress, all good. So I made sure that everything was, strong enough to support the mattresses, right? And after several hours of getting the mattresses up there, I did this stupid thing where I decided to move by myself instead of asking for help because I'm an idiot. But that's just the thing I did. Anyway, finally got the mattress up, and I'm driving to my storage unit to store the mattress because it doesn't fit in the current place. So I tried to do my due diligence to make sure that everything was right? Now I'm only telling this story because it has a safe ending. No one gets hurt. Apparently, I took for granted the idea that the car that I was renting would function as it was intended to function.
What?
Oh no.
What?
And the top rack on top of the car was not screwed in.
Oh no.
Oh
What?
no.
What?
And I didn't think to check that because it felt solid because there's like a little plastic piece that connects the top rack that covers the screws that screw it in.
Oh no.
And it's plastic, yes. So it felt solid, and it was supposed to be screwed in, but it was not screwed in. So I'm driving on the highway, about 10 minutes on the highway, and I'm like, and as I'm picking up speed, I hear a slam. And I look in my mirror, and I see my mattress fling to the side of the van. And I'm like, no! No! So I pull over, and I'm like, well, gee, this is just great.
Not only.
And then you got struck by lightning and it started to rain.
No,
Not
story's not over yet.
Oh no.
Story's not over yet.
The thing is that not only you were screaming, but the people behind you were probably
Oh, yeah.
screaming as well.
Yeah, that's why I preface it by saying no one was injured. Because
Nice.
thankfully,
Ah,
my
that guy's car is coming apart. Oh, what's going? Oh my God! His mattress!
Oh my god!
well,
Mattress.
no, the mattress didn't fall off, right? Like, thankfully, the precautions that I took to make sure that there was tied, like it was tied down appropriately, worked. So it didn't fall off the van. It just kind of slid to the side of it and started kind of slipping a little bit. So I pulled over, and I'm like, well, it just took me 3 hours to get this stupid mattress onto this freaking van and tied down. I'm not about to do this again. So I just ditched the mattress there.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
So I just ditched it on the side of the road, kept going.
You're one of
And-
those.
free mattress.
But here's the thing, right? So as I was determining whether I should attempt to put the mattress back in my van or not, I was like, all right, well, let me, I can't quite see where the top rack had come off, right? So I tried to use my phone to take a picture of it. I saw that, okay, so it's fine, it just wasn't screwed in. Cool. So I'm like, all right, so I'll just leave the mattress here, go to my storage unit, drop everything off,
Oh, no.
and then I'll just keep on moving. Anyway, so I drive down to my storage unit, and on the way there, I distinctly remember hearing like a crack, like a.
Oh my
I was
No.
like, oh, that was weird.
No.
That was weird.
No.
Get to my storage unit. I unpack everything, load it into the storage unit, and as I'm entering into my van to go back home, I realize something. I'm like, where's my phone at?
Oh no, you put it. You
Oh
left
God,
it.
no.
And I realized I left it on the roof of the
Oh my
One like
gosh.
equals one prayer.
Can we get this to 50 likes?
If we get 50 likes, Varg will be able to get a new phone.
Oh my God, dude.
Alexa.
I realized I left it on the van, right? And I'm like, well, I don't remember when it fell off. And I've driven like 6 miles between my place and the storage unit that it could possibly be in. So I'm like, okay, let's try Find My iPhone because I know that I charged my phone. I know that it was on. I go to Find My iPhone. It just says your phone is offline. So I know that it just got run over by like a 50 cars, and it's gone. It's totaled. I tried calling it. I asked Purple to call it. She said it went straight to voicemail. So I'm like, yep, my iPhone is gone. I don't have a phone now.
Oh my!
Thankfully, I have phone insurance.
So
right? I've got phone insurance.
Get 50 likes.
Thankfully, I've got phone insurance, so I got a replacement phone. And you still have to pay $225.
Better than 1,000.
Kind of.
But it's okay, guys, because this story has a happy ending. All right?
Does it?
Does it?
Yes.
You didn't.
I'm
It
not
has a happy
convinced.
ending.
Well, you
It has a happy ending. I got
You have
everything
your
moved.
mattress and a
I got
new
everything
phone.
moved. Lost my mattress, I lost my phone, lost my job, lost my bank account, lost my grandma, lost my car.
But at the end of it all,
But
you learned how to.
It has a happy ending because here's what happened, right?
The real broken phones.
You
with
won
the
the
friends
Here's what
that
happened.
walked away.
Here's what happened, okay? So when I learned that my unemployment had been exhausted, I panicked, right? And I stayed up until like 6 a.m. and I submitted 18 applications to any place that would accept me, right? Got a job interview at a local Arby's. Got employed by said local
yeah,
Arby's.
I'm thinking Arby's now.
Yeah, so I got employed by Arby's. I'm now employed at Arby's. And then I kid you not. So I got employed by Arby's yesterday, right? They hired me on the spot. And I was like, yes, right now.
Congratulations.
I kid you not.
Yay.
This morning, I woke up to a phone call. And that phone call was a job that I had applied to 2 months ago that I really, really wanted. And they said, hey, we saw your application. We're not sure if you're still looking for a job or if you've already accepted one. And I'm like,
Nope.
yes.
The two are not necessarily mutually exclusive.
I just accepted one.
Is it the one that I'm thinking of? This particular job?
No, probably.
Oh, okay.
No. This wasn't an art job. It was a call center security job.
Oh.
But anyway,
But did you quit
so-
Arby's?
no.
You don't want to?
But- Well, but I mean,
'Cause there's-
the problem comes into the fact that I have a job lined up now, right? That's confirmed. Whereas this was an interview where I don't know if I'm going to get it or not, right?
I'll still go to the interview.
I'm like $225 in the hole, and it's just like, right now I just need money. So,
Well, still go to the interview though, dude. Like book one because guaranteed the money at a security job is going to be better than the money at Arby's.
okay, well, maybe I'll call them back.
Plus, there's that whole like 3-month probation thing, right? You can leave for any reason in the first 3 months, and they can fire you
That's
for any
true.
reason in the first 3 months. So
Quit your job, Var.
no, but like, if you can sit there and just be like, no, I found something better, and there's nothing they can say about that. You don't even have to go through like half of the stuff that people usually make you do when you leave, like exit interviews and that kind of thing. You can just be like, nope, not coming in next week.
Oh, anyway, where's the story go?
That was the end.
That was the
I
story.
got a job
the
offer.
happy ending was that you work at Arby's now.
Yes.
Life isn't as bad as
Hold on,
it
guys.
could be.
Wait. I have a perfect thing. I guess you could say you're thinking Varbies.
Wow.
I don't want this to be a thing.
My
guys.
happy ending is not happy at all. I led you on. I'm sorry.
No,
You're
no,
slightly
because
less
you're happy.
bad than
No,
before.
because the happy ending is that you learned how to write country music, and you're gonna make a ton of money being the new
Exactly.
Keith Urban.
Country roads.
My first.
Take me
Your
home.
first song's
Your
gonna
first
be
song
Mattress on the Motorway.
I lost my mattress. I lost my grandma.
babies on the
I lost my
highway.
dog.
I knew I should have gone the byway. Now I'm sitting here working at Arby's.
My grandma's dead, and I got no money.
Here's a toast to Var.
They're signing.
He went and lost his car.
They're signing
This
Var.
is so
fake.
dark.
Throughout it all, I was just like,
He
I
lost
really
his
wish I had
job.
died in that car crash.
Oh my gosh!
I can understand that.
F.
But they're signing Var on to make Despacito too.
Speaking of which,
My
Alexa,
grandma's dead and it's
Alexa, play
kind of cheap.
Despacito too.
Yes.
Holy guacamole!
Oh
well,
my God.
I'm glad.
Can this get 50 likes?
I'm glad you
No,
have
this
a
is so
job
sad.
now,
We're gonna
Var.
need 100 likes.
That's
I like-
my life now, everybody.
I like
Just-
T-Leak on. I'm gonna break character. This story's kind of
So
inspiring.
if anybody is wondering why Danganronpa hasn't come out yet, it's because of that. That's why I've been away doing
everything.
I've been doing stuff.
There's a little bit of a twofold to that situation. Because someone did ask earlier about Danganronpa. The way it is right now, we have a ton of the episodes actually edited. A ton of them. However,
Yeah.
ideally, we like to release them with a condensed version of the episode, and then the full one over on the archive channel. And Var's just been obviously enough too busy to handle with the condensed version.
I was the one who was editing the condensed ones that go on the main channel.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I haven't been able to do that. So
Yeah, but
That's not even all the bad stuff that happened this year. That's just with you personally.
yeah, that's just me.
So let's talk about everybody's downs
Earlier this year.
this is supposed to be a good thing. This is a good episode. 300.
TTV sucks. I hate everything about TTV. Lego is awful.
I don't know why I'm here. I thought there was going to be alcohol and candy.
Nice.
Okay.
Hey guys,
Why are
There
you
is
here?
neither.
Kenny, why are you here?
I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna sleep on the mattress you left on the
Grand Theft mattress.
It's
Look at
okay.
the right
Someone picked it up.
Sorry,
Not
you can if you can go find the mattress again, you can just sleep on it and be the hobo on the highway.
What?
I'm
No,
gonna tie the
no,
mattress
come on.
to my waist, and then I'm gonna flip flop like a fish across the road and hope I don't get splattered.
What?
Hope you don't get splatted, or hope you do.
I hope I.
on the day.
Ooh.
Oh no! This is not a question we're gonna entertain. No, we need to be happy. Okay. I was about to say that the day we're recording this, live streaming it, August 31st, is the 1 year anniversary of the announcement of my firing. But that's another negative thing. That's not helping my case.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
The problem is it's the anniversary of your firing. You got to come back. That's the negative thing.
If there are any kids listening to this right now, just know that it only gets worse from here.
No, kids, do your best.
It really
Work
does.
hard. Be as happy and upbeat and positive as you can.
Work.
Once you
hard.
graduate high
parents-
school, your good days are over.
And if your
No.
parents haven't taught you how to manage money and what debt is, they're failures, and you should really get on them to help you with that before you get $30,000 of student debt and have no idea how to pay it.
If you don't know what individual income tax is, you're screwed.
Well,
I still
alright.
want to do an informational video about buying a house.
If your name is
relevant to
Swappy, you're
nobody,
screwed.
honestly.
So just give up.
It's relevant to me.
no!
I almost want one too.
Holy
Stay
crud,
strong,
guys.
Webb. Stay strong.
Okay, you know what? Let's.
There is no hope. We've made it to 300 episodes, and we only have 2% of the views we got last time.
Oh my gosh.
Let's talk about the stuff that's happened since episode 200.
Okay.
That's two birds with
Yeah,
one
well,
stone.
What's happened since episode 200?
Well,
Oh, no.
Bionicle
Oh, no.
got canceled.
No!
Again. Vessel got taken down.
Meso, you're not making this better!
2 consecutive or 3 YouTube adpocalypses happened, destroying our dream of doing TTV full time.
Another one happened? What happened?
LJ got fired.
LJ got fired from TTV.
LJ came back.
Oh.
Hey, yeah, you came back. That's happy.
We fired
If only
another guy. We
Yeah.
brought on 3 more people.
We threw out the human debris. That was good, I guess.
we threw out the human mattress.
There you go. There's some
There
to this
human
past
garbage.
year.
There was a pile of garbage that nobody bothered to take out years ago, and
There
they
was-
finally
there
You
was-
know what they
do it.
say.
Okay.
There was a
Gotta get worse before it gets
there was a
better.
decade-old pizza that someone left on the side. It was really they threw it out.
Hey, this
gosh.
looks pretty good. Let me put it in the
Someone
microwave.
just left it there
It's still
until somebody
good.
threw it.
According to them, it's still good.
Hey, you don't know where that pizza's been. It might still be good. You never know.
Hey, I'm not saying this is a good thing
Yeah,
necessarily. I'm just saying it's a thing. But since episode 200, I came back because I didn't come back to 220 something.
True.
Yeah, but
back,
I was
man.
already
Welcome
here,
back.
Hey.
Oh, thanks.
and we're basically
It's
the
been
same
almost 2
person.
years since I came back, but thanks, man.
Okay.
It's been an interesting An interesting 2 years.
This past year has been very back and forth. I
It's
feel.
been very, there's been no consistency of emotions. Like 2017 was just trash.
It's been pretty consistent for me, let me tell you.
This has
Yeah,
been the
consistently
best year
terrible.
of my life because I
Really?
get to
I had a good
know
year.
all of you and spend time with you.
You're barely
Aw.
I
around.
love you too,
Thanks.
Takuma, man. Love you
Thanks,
forever,
buddy. It's
man.
nice seeing you once every 6 months too.
Yeah, something like that.
Make
That's
me a heart.
Just wait. Someday I'm gonna have a house of my own. We're gonna have a big TTV house party.
We
Mark
better.
Yay! Can
Yeah,
I bring
next year at BrickFair.
Takuma
What'd you
will
say,
mark the
Trooper?
location of the TTV.
Can I
house.
bring milk? Like a lot of milk.
No, you don't get to bring milk. No,
More milk
no.
than you have ever seen. Someone
No.
can.
Yes,
Can
actually.
we put West
Yes,
Virginia
Trooper.
on at, like, the
I'll bring
highest
back milk.
volume?
I will
Yeah.
let you sleep in the bathtub filled with milk if you
I
want.
will let you
Ah,
sleep.
dude, let's
I'll
make
let
it
you sleep
happen.
on Var's mattress.
No, man.
I'm gonna
I mean, bathtub with milk. We could get some Nesquik up in there. You know. It's
Oh, you know it's
real
strawberry
cozy,
I'm gonna
man.
sleep.
Oh.
I'll just sleep
Bathtub
on the
full of
roof.
strawberry
Right?
Nesquik.
Can
This
stir
doesn't-
that stuff with
I'd have to
myself.
bring
You
a
know.
straw.
Oh my gosh.
I did
That
not
was the- that was
specify
the-
how.
With a straw?
Yeah, with a straw.
Either that, or I'm gonna need to be really, really,
This-
really, 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 really happy.
Happy. Yes,
So-
happy.
I
What are
feel
you
it's
going to use instead of a straw? A funnel?
Okay. So
a funnel.
I'll put Trooper in a bathtub. LJ can sleep in the garage.
What? Why?
No, LG would just sleep on the floor.
I'll give Var the guest bedroom so that he can actually have a mattress.
Can I like sit in the fridge? And eat my
Well,
chips?
no, I have a mattress. Like the place that I moved into already had a mattress. I was going to move my mattress into storage.
Okay, Var can go and sleep out in the barn that I will build just for him.
So you lost a mattress that
Actually
you weren't
sounds
even
really
using?
lovely.
Really?
Yeah, I
Well-
wasn't using now
Yeah,
because
if Var moved somewhere else, you would be
Var-
there.
yeah,
Bar
like
gets
because
to sleep on the roof of the van.
presumably I'm staying like I'm
Oh, you
staying in
could have
this,
done that. That would
the
have been
current
cool.
place temporarily until I can find another place I can move into by myself. So then I was going to use that mattress, but
Got it.
that mattress is now gone.
All right,
Purple can
guys,
sleep
let's
in
set
the
up
pantry.
a big TTV house centered in North Carolina. Let's do it.
Let's do it, dude.
CTV
Wasn't that the
announces they're
plan, like-
all moving right now.
Wait a second. The
Where are we
TTV
moving?
Wasn't that the plan?
North
like,
Carolina.
You know,
Is
for-
that like
That-
a-
That was the
Right.
plan when
Taken out.
Vessel was a thing, and we could
That was the
actually
plan.
afford it.
That was
I-
the plan
like
when
3
Vessel was a
guys.
thing, and when the garbage wasn't taken out yet.
Indeed.
Yeah, the garbage was starting to smell.
Garbage was trying to push
North
everyone to go to
Carolina,
Virginia.
Is there Chick-fil-A in North Carolina?
Yes.
Dude,
Yes.
there's a
Chick-fil-A
Chick-fil-A
everywhere.
everywhere.
There's a
There's
singular
not a Chick-fil-A in Norway.
I don't have
It makes you feel better. There's not Chick-fil-A in Canada either. But
There's
you know,
no
we have
Chick-fil-A
that.
in Norway? No way.
Oh my
How do you
gosh.
get spray over there?
Got him.
I
Yeah.
found out-
Norway.
I found out the-
Wow. Norway.
Oh,
There's Norway, there's no Chick-fil-A there.
Have you ever had too much Chick-fil-A?
Guess when you come to America, there's Norway back home.
oh my gosh.
What? No, if
That's
anything,
if
you're
you
more
even
likely
get
to
at the
get
border.
kicked back home.
So,
What?
to
Can we
Come again?
change the Patreon goal from shirts to LJ body pills says
No.
Kazapar, and it's the best idea
Yes,
ever?
Yes, I will buy one. I will buy
So
one.
Keeney's
Please
here.
Like, comment, favorite, and subscribe for
I would
LJ
buy one
body
just so
pillows.
that I can. Like,
I will actually buy
do
an
all sorts of
LJ.
I will
fun
buy-
things in the video.
While it's being, I guess it's being worked on. So.
I want.
We're
I
gonna
want.
do a giveaway with
I want
Yeah,
to
if you did point out, I will totally buy
The
it.
reacts on that message.
You know
from
how many
Kaz.
uncomfortable videos I would make for him?
Oh my
wait,
god.
what do you
And
mean
then
for
after
me?
Virginia this year, I will take it with me, and I will display it to everyone.
It will be the new
I'm
Freddy
gonna
Walk.
I'm gonna buy the pillow and record myself like slathering vanilla pudding all over
What?
it and just like
No,
Whoa.
no.
not even
Dude,
with
I
a butter
can
knife.
get behind
Not
this.
with a butter knife, with a fork. I'm gonna use a fork and
Why?
slather vanilla pudding
Why?
on the video, and I'm
Why
gonna send
not?
it to you. I'm gonna send
Then-
it to only you.
If you really want to make him mad, you know what you do?
No. No.
Give
Ben,
one to
this
her.
is art.
Mail one to her. Find the address.
This is amazing. You are a beautiful person.
Keeney
Well,
is
let's think about it,
here.
LJ.
Great idea.
Whenever you meet like a nice lady,
Mm-hmm.
LJ
on your-
keeps
on-
trying to bring it back to
you,
me.
on, On your first date, you can show her your body pillow of yourself.
You won't seem conceited at all.
LJ, what's your opinion on body pills of yourself?
So Keeney is here.
She can date you, and she can date the body pillow.
Yeah, it'll be the perfect gift for her when you're away.
Wow, this is how we solve long distance
LJ's
relationships.
got to rely on some sort of big business.
Don't have to miss you if you never leave.
Relationships part 4. Body pillow
Yeah,
edition.
part 4, how to end them.
Yeah, but but wait a minute. There's a problem because if you introduce the body pillow into the relationship, which one's really going to be more comfortable to snuggle up to? Let's be real.
Pillow.
Body
Yeah.
pillow confirmed.
You're one to
Body.
talk. You're a walking, talking, goatee, muscle.
I'm not
Please.
speaking out of
Skeleton!
personal
Please,
experience,
please.
but
Please.
LJ seems like
live
a pretty
pillow.
cuddly dude.
Oh, you think LJ's a cuddly dude, then?
Looks like a pretty cuddly dude. Again, I don't know this out of personal experience, but
Well, you guys
look at him.
are in the same bedroom in BrickFair.
I was just about to say, did someone share a bedroom with him at BrickFair?
No.
We shared the same bed.
No.
Let's just clarify
What?
that.
No.
Wait,
No! I slept
Sounds
on
like
the
you're sleeping
floor!
on the floor.
Oh, MJ, the new ship.
Oh, is
No!
that what the kids are calling it nowadays? Sleeping on the floor?
I was literally on the ground. I slept in the kitchen.
And now
You're on the ground.
LJ just like face planted onto the ground.
He actually was. I remember having to sneak round him, like, because he was asleep on the stairs.
Listen.
Netflix and
It
chill
would have
more
been.
like
It would
kitchen
have
and
been
ground.
really. It would have been really, 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 really weird if he'd woken up and with me like just hovering over him.
Hovering.
Hovering.
Wait.
Gonna hover.
Could
So what? You walk
Wouldn't
up
LJ have to
walk
get
up
a
to
girlfriend
LJ's
who's
body
also
on the
free?
floor.
'Cause what if she likes donuts? You could never kiss her.
I like
What?
donuts. I like donuts a lot. What are you talking about?
Gluten-free
How
donuts.
much-
It's
do you
it's
like
not like
donuts?
instant death for him though.
That's true.
It isn't?
It's like
No!
Gluten-
What do you think gluten is?
There goes my plan.
What was that reaction? A question was asked, and then suddenly everyone went.
LJ gets
Is it looking at LJ's picture? Where they
LJ gets
the
smacked
leaked
with white
body
bread.
pillow?
I don't feel so good. Dust.
When I first met LJ, he always reminded me of a piece of corn.
I was in everything?
Kind of.
What? Oh no!
No, anyone's
Why is LJ corn?
I don't.
Just looking at him, listening to the way he talks, it just reminded me of a
It
piece
was
of corn.
definitely very corny.
I saw this.
Nice.
I saw this.
Which
one,
is ironic
like,
considering this still had the
advertisement
corn avatar.
for.
Well, hold on,
corn,
everybody.
but
Purple's
it-
actually talking.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
cherish.
I saw this one advertisement for corn, but it was labeled as Idaho potatoes.
Oh, I thought you were saying LJ.
The real potatoes was the corn we found along the way.
Oh my gosh.
It's a potato substitute.
LJ, have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror and you're just like, that
To
right
yourself
there.
in-
that's
It's
body
body
pillow
pillow
material.
material. Yeah,
That's real corn right there.
Rex, I can tell you with absolutely no uncertainty that I have never done that.
I appreciate your honesty.
Thank you, X. I appreciate you.
Aw, man, I like having you around.
I guess
You're a good guy, man.
Thanks.
LJ's corn because he likes green because he's green and gold.
He likes Greek.
I like that.
He's green and
Just
gold.
take the compliment.
I
Not
think
in smile.
So when he looks in the mirror, he's like, "I look like a piece
LJ
of
toe
corn."
corn.
I don't like this. I finally got a mangosteen. I'm gonna stick with that now.
Yeah, that happened in the last
Corn.
one.
Okay, that's
that.
okay. I can add a mangosteen to your body pillow. That sounds like a good idea.
What if the body
Because
pillow
then
was
there's
filled
no-
with mangosteens?
See, here's the thing: is that if you just put LJ on it, people might think it was a Liwa body pillow. But the fact
Oh,
is,
no, it'll be
you add
obvious
The
it's LJ.
mangosteen,
I don't like
it
this.
has to be LJ.
You gotta have the red flannel and like the anime.
Yeah,
hair.
he'll have his
No,
red
he'll have his
flannel,
Hawaiian
his
shirt.
shaggy
It
brown
would be
hair and
the
stuff.
yeah, it'll be the Mike Myers-esque phase.
Flashback to
Horny
the days
looking
when
face.
LJ didn't want to have a public persona and hated the idea of anybody having a
And now he has a body
and now he's
pillow.
on a body pillow.
Okay, so I don't know about a public
Times
persona.
change.
I've been just no. I'm not gonna say anything on this subject because I don't want to give you guys any ideas.
A Liwa body pillow would actually sell. I think
I
you
don't know,
underestimate how
guys,
much
we're onto
LJ
something
body
here.
pillow
I'll
will
be
sell.
honest here. I have a feeling, an
Oh, no.
inkling,
No.
that an LJ body pillow would sell more than a Lewa body pillow.
You know what? I think the
Guys,
LJ body
100
pillow would sell more just based on the fact that people would think it was a cute Lewa in flannel or a Hawaiian shirt.
Aw, Keeney thinks you're
patrons,
cute.
and we'll make this happen.
Aw.
Well, I
I-
guess it depends. I guess it depends on how Var draws him.
Confirmed. Keeney has a crush on LJ.
Wow.
Where?
Nice.
How did we?
He didn't deny it.
How did we get to
That's-
this point?
How could this happen to me?
Hang on there. LJ asked a really good question. How did we get here?
Oh, thank you, Vin.
Well, you see,
300 episodes later, how did we
300 episodes
Okay.
later, you know what? I kind of want to hear it. I want to hear everybody's story. How did
made
we
a chat
all...
room.
Angsty emo robots.
How did
Once
we all
upon a
become a part
time-
of TTV?
once upon a time, there was this site called Beezy Power, and a couple of us were pretending to be Vaki, and we met that way.
We're up
And
to
then
no
there was
good?
a chat site that a guy named Venom made that we invaded, and he hated all of us, but mostly me. Like
Mostly
really,
me, 'cause I opened the
mostly
floodgates
me.
Oh,
from
yeah.
his friends to the casual
And
BZP
then-
You
masses.
flatter yourselves. I hated you all equally. I mean,
Got him.
And then somewhere along the line, there was an idea for a podcast, and I think it was
There
Vars.
was an
And
idea.
then somewhere along the line, Meso
idea.
invaded
to
that
bring
too.
together a group of remarkable people.
Last
yeah,
night,
and that-
last
that
night,
idea-
we started
Last
a podcast.
And that idea never actually went through because none of the people here are remarkable
Oh,
with.
Pretty remarkable.
Wow, that's
Ew.
Well, when he said no one here was remarkable, I felt that.
wow. I
Listen,
appreciate the compliment.
I had
I'm
to
not
Remarkably
really-
You
nerdy.
can't have a body pillow and not be remarkable.
I mean, a part of me is.
But okay, here's the thing with that though, is that you can't have a body pillow and not be remarkable, but we're talking about remarkable people, and I don't know if he necessarily counts as a person.
Okay, that crosses some
It's
lines.
been a societal construct.
Thing with a marker, and then you draw on it with the same marker again. Does that make it remarkable?
No, we
It's
need
called
a,
dry erase, okay?
we need a LJ washable like marker pillow.
Why?
Or whatever.
No,
LJ?
we don't.
And it's like different colors. It's and especially the color pink.
Okay.
TTV episode
I
300.
miss the good old days where
Body pillows.
body pillows were not a thing.
Yeah, I miss those
But
days
at
too.
the same time,
Dude,
we're on
I'm like,
Skype.
so many things have happened since we started the podcast. So many wonderful things. Bionicle got canceled. Hero
Stop it.
Factory came out and
Stop
got
it.
canceled.
So down.
Bionicle came back and got
Stop it.
canceled again. Vessel came out and got canceled. Our hopes and dreams started and then got canceled.
I got canceled.
He
Our
is gonna
friendship
get
got
canceled.
canceled.
LJ got hired and then got canceled and then got rehired and we'll get canceled again one day. Assuredly.
10
And then
years
when he
ago.
got
Next
brought
tonight's
back,
was
he got
cool.
canceled in his actual job too.
Got
That's
canceled.
true. We got canceled at the same
Canceled.
time.
Yeah.
Mock
Right.
Spotlight with LJ got canceled.
It's not canceled.
Yeah.
I've been busy.
He got canceled. He got
I have
canceled.
been-
Canceled.
What the heck, guys? Okay, fine, then I won't do it.
Aldo doesn't care about all the views. I mean,
Holy
everything
crap.
they got.
No, we're just doing it for fun.
I'm
though.
sorry. I'm not the one here
Aldo doesn't care
squeezing the
about all the
top
fun.
10 milk train.
Squeezing the milk train.
The milk train.
You're Meso. You're like
That
Luke
is my
Skywalker.
Hey, with something like
Squeezing the milk.
That is my.
I'm not the one
Oh my
here
god, that's
squeezing
my
the top
favorite
10
analogy
teeth.
ever.
Squeezing the top 10 milk.
Squeeze, ladies and gentlemen, to show you how to squeeze the
imagine
milk
you guys
train.
being like Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm trying to say. Meso's
anybody
Luke
have the
Skywalker.
gift? Does
And the
anybody
top
have the gift?
10s are that weird
Somebody post the
creature
gift.
from The Last Jedi.
Just post the GIF. Every time I think of Meso, I see that GIF of Luke Skywalker.
Why do you think of me?
Because I don't know. Because it just seems like it's just
How is that when I was you?
my mental image of you every time you say something dumb is just that face.
That was the funniest chips.
You guys have fun? It's
That's
way
messing on
too-
his top 10s right
I'm really
there. He's
tired.
making that
I'm
face.
really
Alright.
sorry about this. But
Hey,
I
thanks for
love
being
all
here,
of
man.
you.
X, before you leave, say your piece about your experience.
I love TTV. It's really weird because I was a really huge fanboy and I looked really up to them, and then I became part of them, and then now they're just kind of my friends. But that's cool too. I like them a lot. I made.
You
thought
know,
he was gonna turn into an
I
insult.
completely understand you, X. You know, when I used to look up to TTV before I joined too. Then after I joined, I started looking down to them.
Right?
That's pretty much how it goes.
That's basically how it happens.
No, dude, I loved making grilled cheese for like nearly everyone. at
dude, that was
BrickFair.
funny.
Dude, your grilled cheese Snapchats are so taunting. Like, how dare
Aw,
you?
thanks.
Your
You
grilled
always post
cheeses
them at
are
the
stuff
exact
of legend.
moment. You always
Oh,
post
yeah.
in the exact moment that I'm hungriest and farthest away from food.
X
I
has the
know.
grilled
That's why I
cheese.
can never look at X's snaps ever.
X has the grilled cheese teas.
I had to mute
Wow,
the TTV
Meso.
Snapchat.
Grilled
It's
cheese,
grilled
teas with the top 10 teas.
Dude, grilled cheese, you can make it really easily.
Oh my
gosh!
Please make this a song.
You can make it just
Oh
about
my.
anywhere, and you can make it like really simple or
time
like
and every
really
day.
complicated. It's great. I'm probably gonna make that before I go to bed. Actually, not. It's way too late. I need to sleep. I love you guys.
Go to
Yo, wait.
It's 6:30 in the
Go to
afternoon.
See ya, X. Bye.
Go to
Bye.
sleep, X Trooper.
Bye, X.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Okay.
Nobody
So I think-
loves you.
Man, that X guy sucks.
Hey, don't you
Here
badmouth
100 episodes
X.
ago.
Okay, let's go back to talking about LJ body pillows then.
No.
No. Hold on. How long has X been with us? Was he here for 200?
He's been here
He joined.
for a
I
while.
remember.
So,
X has been here for
than
4
me.
years.
yeah, I
Yeah.
have
wow.
a chart. I have
It's
a
been
list.
4 years.
Yep,
No
you went
way.
through that.
It's been 70 years.
It's been
Let's
over
see.
4 years since G2 got leaked.
It's been, let's see, it's been almost 6 years since my girlfriend and I broke up, so...
Wow.
Yeah, about
Any
4 years.
ruminations on that relationship to share?
It's been about 4 years since I, like...
Cared.
See, it's been 4 years since my dad got deported and my mom died.
Oh.
Lost my job.
But I still
But
got
it's
the van.
also been 4 years since I got the van.
So, I think that actually might be a good place to go thoroughly in depth into the history of TTV.
Oh no.
Again,
So
I mean, it's a milestone. It's the big 300.
This is gonna be very different because a lot of stuff
Left
has
off.
changed. Well,
There's the chat room. I hated everyone.
we did a
at
house
the beginning,
clearing.
there was the chat. And on this chat, ran by Venom for comic
Zat.
makers. On this chat. On
Zat
Zat.
chat.
Vin had
The
all
Zat
his
chat.
comic maker friends and acquaintances. LJ, weren't you on the BZPC before any of us?
I don't know about before any of
Yeah.
you guys, but Ven and I were the first two to meet in the chat.
Alright. Meanwhile, as Keeney joked about earlier,
true, yeah.
there was this Vaki fad on BZ Power, right? Where everyone like had Vaki usernames and were like moderating the boards. Actually moderating. Me, Mange, and Keeney were
It's
part of
still
this
up.
Vaki fad. And we
Remember
became
that?
we became
Meso
a
took it super seriously.
I really did.
Didn't
I
we
started
all?
calling Mange like
I didn't.
master because he was my Vaki superior.
I became the leader of
The
the
Vaki
at
superior.
one point.
Superior.
Yeah, superior Vaki. And then eventually, I don't know how, I think I knew a guy who knew a comic maker who like invited
I
me
knew
to
a
the
guy.
BZPC. And then I was like, this chat's super cool. I need to spam it to BZP members. And so I did. And eventually people started to leak onto the chat through word of mouth.
You know what's funny about that is I think I actually remember encouraging people to invite like a friend or two, and then I guess it just blew up in my face because it was like, wow, new people. Oh God.
Too many people.
Oh, that's a lot of people.
To be fair, there was a lot of people that were like just not
There.
good.
Like Anon.
There are a lot of bad trolls on the
Shed.
chat.
A lot of bad trolls, a lot of like bad people, but we met some gems.
We could have like a 3-hour-long episode just on that
We could.
chat room.
Well, I remember just like There's a
There's
thing
a wiki.
that
Don't go on
TTV members, like new
Talk about the
TTV members,
wiki.
have to do on Christmas or some other special time. We gather around on Skype. Well, that was when we used Skype,
You're fast
and
forwarding
we
a
talk
little
about.
Just a little bit.
No, she's talking about like how she
I'm
learned.
talking about just how you do this.
bit. The podcast.
But yeah, just sit around Skype and talk about it.
It was a new hire orientation. We would tell the stories of TTV's long past, basically. Flip joined the group with an animated retelling. It's great. So eventually Var's crew, when the BZP forums got hacked, Var's and his group of friends found their way there as a refuge. I think Keeney had already been brought on by this point. A lot of people mentioned like the other KI.
Mm-hmm.
He was never on the BZPC.
Yeah, no, he wasn't.
He was
was
not
like
part of that era.
He was already like public enemy #1 to half the people in there, was he not?
Well, okay,
I
so
don't know.
he was not allowed on the BZPC because, or so he claims. He
was part of
claims
the
that there
enemy.
was a oh gosh, there was an issue with his ad blocker and it wouldn't let him on the BZPC. But he didn't like being there. No one liked him being there, so it's like,
It was okay. Nobody wanted to fix the problem. Is what we're getting at.
Pretty much. So like Var's crew kind of unified with the BZPC, and Var was like, I want to make a podcast with his friends. And he was like, we need people for the podcast. So he was just like, hey, anybody want to be on a podcast? And I think Keeney and I were like the main ones who were like, yeah, let's do it. And so IBZP was born through random, ambivalent, half-hearted chat invites.
The days of having a different intro song for every single episode.
Like Time Consumer by Coheed and Cambria.
I still get flashbacks every time I hear
Stop.
that song now.
Yep. So we did IBZP. I brought on LJ.
hello.
We brought on a few other people, like Alina from LJ.
Who?
She's gone now.
Not if we get her a body pillow.
Oh no! My gosh!
What?
I'm not gonna get into this with you guys right now, but the answer
gotta be
is most
steered back.
definitely certifiably no, and there will be problems. So moving on,
Okay, a line has been drawn. Let's not cross it.
I have
Alright.
I actually have the original avatar for the Independent Bionicle Zone podcast. IBZP obviously was named because
That's what it stands for.
yes, so
Yes,
BZ Power.
What?
Because
It's in the freaking logo. How would you not know that?
The logo.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Wait,
God.
you know it's in the
hold
logo.
on,
I did
hold on.
that
For
for a
some
second. What did
much,
Purple just figure out?
she just figured out what IBZP stood for. For some much needed context too that people might miss. Part of the reason IBZP got created was because the BZP forums themselves had a staff podcast
Yes.
that are like
No.
12 to 14-year-old.
Not at all. Not at all. IBZP that, like happened completely independently of
Well,
that.
game and it went.
It was actually like really bad timing because we started our podcast and literally like the day after IBZP or the actual BZ Power podcast started. So that is why we had to change the name.
Yeah.
Wait,
But-
the first or second time around?
The second time around.
Oh, the second time around. So like when I started doing it? No.
I guess so.
Maybe.
Really?
The timeline gets a bit murky, but
It was
yeah.
the
Okay.
podcast
Messy.
IBZP
Like,
started.
did you start doing it around 2009?
Yeah.
2010? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah.
That's it.
You did this to us. You made us
It was a
change it.
decade ago.
Um,
Almost.
I was also.
Almost.
We did IBZB for about 13, 14 episodes. I think some of them are still viewable online if you like search for them on like our Podomatic and stuff.
I appeared on an episode that never aired.
Yeah. You get to hear like my high pitched voice,
Your
my
accent.
my random anecdotal stories about
My
like the
first
Bionicle stars.
episode of the TV podcast was Lost in Time and Space.
Yeah, same.
Eventually, Var, I forget if you got like bored or just fell out with the editing work, or just generally didn't like the pressure of being like the leader because you had to deal with so much drama. I forget why exactly.
It was. I don't really remember either. It was something to do with drama. I think
Probably with
there was-
Starparu.
Yeah, well, I wasn't gonna out him, but yes, I believe
Nah,
that
it's
was
fine.
the reason.
Amazing. Thank you, Messo. Good job.
Thanks, Messo.
Shout out to
yeah.
Star Part of Solaris Magnus.
Oh,
Shout
wow,
out.
you even outed his
Wow.
current name too. Jeez.
Oh man, you even outed that it was his current name.
Man.
He's a cool bro.
So, just as long as
Anyway.
we don't talk
Not
about
if
his
you
puppy
outed him.
killing phase, then we're fine.
Shout out to my boy Other T.
Other T?
Mr. T.
Anyway, but yeah, there was some kind of drama related. I don't really remember exactly what happened, but I just remember that LJ hosted one episode, I think, and
Two
it sucked.
episodes.
And then Messo hosted another episode, and then Messo just hosted it entirely. So
Yep. And Var's master plan was to rebrand under the moniker The Three Virtues Podcast, which I said was the dumbest thing ever. And then we needed to stick. It was really important that we stick with IBZP because of our established branding and fan base.
You would continue to
recall.
do this throughout the years.
LJ
recall that.
is IBZP host.
So, if I had my way, we would still be IBZP. So let's all be glad that I didn't have my way in that case.
Actually, Meso, if you had your way, it never would have been. We wouldn't be here because IBZP would have died with the site.
Pretty true. You're not
But,
wrong.
I like the few people that still go on BZP. I'm one of them.
So,
Nice.
come 2010, TTV, the Three
TTV
Virtues
forums.
podcast. And I guess this is a good time to clarify. Like, we're not the Three Virtues channel. It's just the TTV channel.
Yeah.
That's
We just like the way the letters look together. at
Yeah,
yeah,
this
I
point.
feel like we have to explain this every 100 episodes. I think we've done this consistently each time. But
We
yeah.
changed it 200 episodes ago, and people still think it's the Three Virtues.
There's a few people who call us the Three Virtues channel still. Some people call us the Three Virtues. Like, yeah,
Which
we know.
really confuses me because we haven't used the Three Virtues in years, literal years.
More
Our
than 4
URL
years.
isn't even the Three Virtues anymore.
Yeah. It's weird.
That-
It's really strange. But that's what it is. That's where TTV does come from, but that's not what we use it as anymore. So,
Indeed. So TTV flourishes in 2010. We get on a lot of new guests. We try to find the cast for the new podcast. We have a few people on who were around during the IBZP days, but become permanent hosts during this time
I have a
period,
list.
like Mange, Envy, and Vin. I don't really. I mean, you can read the list if you want to.
Ven
No,
V.
It's anecdotal.
yeah, no, don't worry about it.
But it is interesting, all the people who were on for an episode or two and could have been full-time members if they just had the commitment or the interest to stick it out.
Or if
because
they've
back
been
then
good
it's not
people.
or if they've been good people. Because back then our stipulations weren't nearly as strict as they are nowadays, and they're not even that strict anymore. We've loosened up, about stuff. Like Matoro was just made a member with very little fanfare just because she's an awesome person. Let's make her a member. But for a while there, for a good number of years, we were okay, we have to do elaborate casting calls to get crew members on later down the line. Wasn't always like that.
Like when you think about it, we developed our crew out of just a bunch of kids who were interested in doing it. It's
Yup.
if you were a part of the crew now, that means you've had history with us. That means you grew up with us. That's kind of
Go
what it
back
is.
with us.
Back then, the only thing you needed to be on TTV was a halfway decent mic, and even then, that's barely.
That's not a halfway decent mic.
And a commitment to
In person.
actually do stuff. That's really all you needed. Anybody could have done it. Few people did. Few people stuck with us.
Well, yeah,
The ones
and they
who
didn't stick
did-
around because they were chumps.
Indeed. They missed the boat. But the few people who did became part of our big crew, Wadden posting body.
My God, that's so good.
I'm gonna die.
The main ones to stick around from that era of just hey, come on and be part of the group were Vin, Mange, and Human Debris, number one.
Number one.
Number one, the primary debris. That's my favorite phrase, by the way. Thank you, LJ.
Thank you. Yeah, no,
And-
it's one of my favorite phrases. One of my favorite ways of discussing certain really bad people. For the record, I was right all along.
Debris.
Moving on.
Yes. So throughout the years of about 2010 to 2014, the TTV podcast operated in a little bit of an interesting state. I'll say about 2013, because we were in a post-Bionicle era. A lot of people are like, they don't really realize this, but TTV was founded post-Bionicle, and we kind of continued it in that void for years with practically nothing to talk about.
You're insane.
You guys are basically the reason why I never got over Bionicle.
Yeah, like
Yeah, thanks, guys.
I don't know how we did it because I can't really stand re-listening to our older episodes because the audio quality like kills me.
It's
But
poor.
somehow for years we just kind of talked. We discussed Hero Factory what little we could. We just talked about Bionicle, kept the torch alive. We brought on Fwef via casting call.
Hi.
She joined under the
I'm
name
still here.
under the name of Viper, who who people still associate you
Did
with
Viper
years
get-
later.
Did Viper get fired?
Yeah,
Yeah, what happened to Viper? We're like, we don't have talking about Zach-10 anymore. We just have
What
like
happened?
this-
Oh, no,
What happened to the other
Talking about
English?
Overwatch.
Viper.
What happened to the other British chick? I liked her better.
Yeah, all this girl does
With
is
the
talk about
long hair.
Overwatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you changed your name, and
Yeah.
some people still haven't caught on. But
Yeah, that's all right.
you
well,
joined us and
it's not
become
all
part of the
right.
core
I'm sad,
crew.
but-
Yeah, it's not all right. And then in 2014, it happened. Bionicle was coming back. Coincidentally, we had at this point, before this news broke, already put out casting calls for new people. Through this, we gained Takuma and Extruber.
Takuma.
Well, I'd already reconnected with you guys.
Yeah, but you were like part of our Fan Central Dota chat. You were like an official cast.
That's
member.
true.
I'm like, sure, I answered the
A
casting
cool
call.
guy that
was
we
supposed
happen to know.
I remember Takuma got by far the easiest like casting call application. He just put it in. It was like, oh, Takuma, that guy's awesome.
No,
Bring him in.
no. That wasn't only it. Because while we recognized Takuma from the Dota chat, the reason why we gravitated so much toward it was because it was absolutely hysterical. Because at the beginning, he had a voice modifier where it made him sound like he was a really, really young kid. And then it transitioned to him, and it floored us. And it's just unbelievably funny.
I don't remember this.
Yeah.
I don't think I used a voice modifier.
Well,
Modulator, whatever the heck you
either you
used.
changed your voice,
I
or
should
you
go back and dig up that audition.
You should. It was funny. It was so funny, and we were like immediately, yep, okay, he's good.
He's got a flair for the comedy. I remember the logic was like Takuma's just an awesome person, and then X-Trooper's long and detailed resume. He could make so many videos with like all of his like technical expertise.
X is amazing.
And then
And then he didn't.
And then I DM'd the channel and said my time zone is England.
It's
Yeah,
actually,
but you easily had the worst
England is my
application
time
of
zone.
anyone we ever hired.
It was like,
Yes.
hi, my name is
name is
Viper, and my
Viper,
time
my
zone
time
is
zone.
England.
it was really funny when you
That's
put in an
hilarious.
application, because you were one of two people that put
I
an
bet it
application
was.
in, and the way it was, you said you were in another
And
time zone.
somehow, I won.
Well,
got
here-
in by
Here's the
Here's
thing: is
here's
because
how.
your competition was so bad.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It's like you said, all right, I'm in another time zone, I'm in England, and I have school starting up, so I'm pretty much never going to be around. And we're like, all right, that's unfortunate. The other person was, oh yeah, I'm in the United States, and I'm going to have a ton of time. You were around so often, we ended up telling you the entire history, the detailed private history of TTV, and the other person was just never there and was a little problematic. And so it was basically, yeah, okay, get over here, you're good.
You subverted it.
Get over it. The other one was like, holds up Spork. Hi, my name is Katie. You can also call me to Penguin of Dew.
What?
Oh my god, Takuma.
No, you haven't heard. It's a come on. It's like
I know
a
it.
classic copy pasta. Not you, PT, like,
Yeah, I don't know.
LJ.
I heard my name in there
Perhaps I
somewhere.
should look back at the times I used to be like and try. And
I would like to
get myself.
contribute my sharp.
Maybe people
logic
realize
and
that I'm
sharp
Viper
wit.
then, if I act more like Viper.
Maybe.
Viper, no
Zach 10
Viper.
joke.
But yeah, no,
That's the exact.
Ethnicity USA.
For the record, I did not take the application seriously.
USA.
Takuma, I love you, man. I would like to contribute my sharp logic and sharper wit to raise the podcast to a new
I did not
standard.
take it seriously.
and that's
Did
why
you
it
not
was so
take it
great.
seriously? Because I feel like nobody has ever elevated the podcast.
That
Yeah,
hurts
the
me.
episodes Takuma is on are always like way funnier. Like even when I was just a fan, it was always like, oh yeah, Takuma's on. This is gonna be a great episode.
Oh
You
my
have a very
heart.
unique comedy style.
Oh, I'm touched.
And then she joined. She's like, "Oh man, Takuma's here."
The universal truth of TTV. Each of us individually might seem cool, but as soon as you actually are stuck in here with us,
Just for the record, is there a way for us to play an MP3 file live?
Yes.
If we want to
Yes.
do that. I'm not,
yes, there is.
'cause I found it.
I can do that. If you want to send it to me, I am able to do that.
I'm trying.
Okay.
All right.
That's
Takuma's
fine.
audition.
I can.
Oh my god.
This will be
How long-
interesting. We should play X's audition too.
Okay, so X
Audition.
X is amazing because he doesn't sound anything like he did when he first appeared on the
His
podcast.
accent
Yeah, the British
completely
accent.
changed.
Like,
Let me get
whenever
it.
I think about how X sounds, I always think of my favorite quote of his: "You can never have too much pasta." But he sounds closer to what Fwef sounds like now, when he first appeared on the
Well,
podcast.
Think
I
about
think
how
it's
he
because
speaks
like
now.
he speaks to a lot of people from the UK.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
So
He
like
did.
when you hear the old thing, the old recordings of him, it almost sounds like he's trying to put on a British accent. Like this is how he sounds regularly now, and then it sounds like he's like got this, like he's trying to imitate a British accent. I don't know, that's
Phase.
how it is to me. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's amazing.
I think I sent it to you, LJ.
Yes. Okay.
I got it. I found the X audio file too.
Okay, so I'm gonna let me see. Can you?
Yeah, I sorry. I would like to be on the three virtues podcast because I think that
Oh man, seems I had something stuck in my throat there. Yo, what's up, guys?
Oh my
We not spent enough time on Skype already?
Wow.
See what I mean?
Wow.
It was really good.
I didn't hear that at first.
Freaking Haley had joined. I was like, oh hi Haley, wait.
Wait. You mean
Messo's
Messo's girlfriend Haley? There you go.
Oh,
Get her name right.
in the last
Trump
100.
is-
No. Haley's significant other Meso.
There you go.
100
Significant
episodes
other
ago,
Meso.
Meso was still single.
Who's the other Meso? The significant other Meso.
Haley.
No, I'm kidding. Dumb joke. Yeah, I'm gonna send you X's audition too.
How did you do that, Takuma?
I honestly, I couldn't hear it, so I couldn't even tell you what I sounded like.
The
just now.
problem is I had that at max. Like I could not turn it up anymore.
You gotta amplify it in Audacity.
I'll have
Audacity.
to- I'll have to listen to it myself.
X sent in a 17-minute audio file.
What?
So
Probably
Maybe
not.
not.
Clip it.
yeah, I will. Just keep talking. I'll get it in a second.
Oh man.
Sure.
But let me see. I'm trying to think of what else happened. So they joined. Bionicle came back. I think like when was X's first episode? It was right when Bionicle returned.
It was the G2 colored display.
He
was
and
what
I
happened.
had the same
Yeah.
intro episode or whatever, but
Yes.
I was on before that as just like a guest for E3.
Both of-
I think it was.
Yes.
No, both of you were on an episode before that. Yeah,
Really?
what Meso said with the colored display.
Okay. So what?
I,
Yeah. So
we were
basically,
on.
Guests.
Takuma is right. His first episode was 103, and it was for E3. But Takuma and X were both officially inducted as members on episode 108.
Indoctrinated.
Because the 102 and 103.
And that was the episode where I started making the cannibal jokes and you all about died.
Yes.
Yeah!
Wow.
The fan.
What were the jokes? One of them was something along the lines of, Mom, when are we having grandma for dinner? Shut up, we haven't finished your brother yet.
Boy, that's a great joke to tell after my
Wow,
passed
amazing.
away.
I will.
Rip
I will remember Takuma for being on the exercise ball while eating pizza.
Classic.
No more.
man.
Which grandma passed away? Your first, second, or third?
Wow.
Wow.
Sorry, I apologize.
Hey, I mean, I did lose an actual grandma after that joke, so I mean, it's whatever.
Wow.
TTV episode 300, dead grandmas.
For those who don't get it, it's an Invictus analysis
it's
joke,
milking
not an
the
insensitive
top 10.
meso joke. Or I guess the two aren't mutually exclusive. It can be both.
Insensitive meso referencing the Invictus analysis joke.
Yeah, pretty much. There's just very few times will that be applicable. No, I got X's audio file.
Okay.
Enjoy, Elge. It's only 30 seconds long. Cindy.
It terrifies me that we're already over an hour.
Okay.
Dude, I knew this episode was going to be 2 hours.
All right. Let's see if this plays at a reasonable audio level.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever it might be. Hello.
Oh my god, I'm so British.
This is me,
doesn't sound that
EXX Trooper.
It's one of my people.
Well, that is the alias I go by, and this is my application for joining, or audio application, tryout, interview, thingy-me-thing-McGee, for the TTV podcast. And
And that's it.
Yeah, I cut it there.
Oh my god,
The stark contrast between his application and mine.
It sounds like he's faking his.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. That's kind of
Hello,
so
my
weird.
name is Fluffy, and I'm
Alias is my Goodbye.
My name is Venom, and I
Hello, everyone. My alias is Messonak.
It's like it sounds like his attempt as a British accent.
And the thing
Oh
is,
my
that's how he talked, though. Like, even on the episodes that he was in after that, like,
podcast.
even in the episodes he was in after that, he still sounded like that.
He's
It's so
my
strange,
name
like, how his
is
accent changed.
EXX. Ah, screw it. I like pasta.
It's almost as crazy as Meso's accent change.
Hey, man, you used to sound a lot different. Let's not get
Vin, yeah, your voice has changed a lot, too.
Me, Vin, and X. So
Can we pull up a clip? There's like, can we pull up a clip from TTV THM?
That's
of Vin talking in an inappropriate clip.
There's not like swearing at the beginning of it. I think. Like,
Okay, let's find just that. No, let's find the time and space. Time and space.
Time and
you can
space.
see, we lost ourselves in time and space, and now we must look for it.
No. Someone get a link. Someone get a link.
I don't think we.
Meso,
have
you are the guardian of
love
those
it.
videos.
I love how everybody is asking what's THM.
The audio.
I'll get it. I'll get it.
Thank you.
You guys continue talking.
Okay, so I guess if we're gonna find a clip, we need to quickly.
PC Tilda.
Holy
Oh,
crud.
you got it? You already got it? Okay.
Okay, give me a moment.
Peruse. Find the time and space bit.
Yeah.
Wait,
Actually, that might be in
does
episode
this
2.
What does this? Aren't these unlisted?
No, it happens in the first for sure.
For those who don't know what THM is, originally we planned for our channel to be a Halo Machinima channel, and we had a series called TTV, the Halo Machinima.
Meso, you need to give me a timestamp. I can't be searching through this because the audio is going to play as soon as I play it.
I got you, fam. All right, I'll hold my explanation.
Thank you, fam.
I will explain it.
Go ahead.
Yes. Previously, when we first opened up our channel, it was supposed to be a Let's Play channel, or not Let's Play channel, Machinima channel, and Halo, the TTV, the Halo Machinima was our Machinima. We were very creative with the title, but it was basically just kind of an improv thing, and it wasn't funny at all, not one bit, and it will never go public.
It's only hilarious
It will
when
never
you think
go
of it
public.
ironically. That just goes.
Yeah, it's
no,
like
that
the
just
room of TTV.
that just goes to show you though, we have been around long enough that at one point Machinima was still a thing.
Yeah, I remember
and we
when
were
Machinima was
considering
popular.
doing it.
Yeah, that was how we started. We started doing TTV THM, and that kind of got us all into the mindset of making videos and being on like
Making content. It was like, oh, I
making
want to
content.
do.
Yeah.
Quality content.
I was like, oh, I want to do a Machinima. That sounds like it'll be a lot of fun. Oh, what's this next project we got? It's called Operation Winter Solstice. Oh, I'm so on board. Let's do it.
For those who just heard Var's
Only ended
explanation,
up doing TTV THM, and that was it.
TTV-THM is the most legendary thing we've ever recorded. It has
It
spawned
really
literally dozens of in-jokes, and if it ever gets released to the public,
It
when
won't.
it does, it will be like the source of endless community memes.
It is genuinely one of the most unfunny, cringy things we have ever produced. It uses, I think we were all like kids when we made
Right.
it too, so it uses a lot of dumb, like really immature humor that I don't find funny, like in the slightest bit.
Some will be censored.
Oh, you're like a James Gunn or
See,
something?
it's just hilarious in the sense that it's so bad.
Yeah, that's what makes it fun. I don't know. It's
I
very
still-
very
There's
quotable.
this one point where like LJ voices a Russian mobster named Olaf. LJ, do the voice.
Wow, not I.
LJ,
the voice.
I swear
If there was
to
such
the-
thing as black voice, I
You
basically
didn't
did that.
name.
I'm like guilty of doing black voice.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So this is a thing. Okay.
Play
Episode
it.
1 between.
Play it.
I'm working on it.
$100 patron stretch goal for the Halo
One-
Machinima.
118 and 148. And there's no inappropriate language, Messa?
Nope.
We'll find out.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
No, I'm pretty sure.
It's just time and space bit.
Let's look for it.
I think THM
All right,
might have
Ben,
actually been
voice
censored.
everybody.
Just play it. Just play it.
Alright. Okay. Here we go.
I mean, Fluffy already swore tonight.
Here we. Yeah, I know. I'm not. No. Okay, here we go.
Guys, why are we even out here in the first place?
Shut up.
Well, that's a little play. As you can see, well, we lost our home in time and space, and now we must look for it through time and space in Halo.
All right, that's good. Stop it.
Those noises you
Now
hear in the
let's see
background,
if
the
I can
noises
try
from the
to-
chat room.
That was
Imitate that line.
that was Vin, everybody.
Oh my god.
Let me see if I can try and imitate what I was trying to do there. As you can see, we lost our home. And now we must look for it.
Every time you said time and space, you cut out.
You got lost in time and space.
LJ, while we're in this mood, can we play the "It's an Adventure" soundbite?
Find it for me, and then yes.
It's episode 2.
It's in episode 2 at
Going
7:31
Okay, 7:31. So the plot of this episode
until 7:41.
So it's 7:31 to 7:41.
Bingo.
And I'm probably not going to play for that long. 7:31. Okay, here we go. So this is me.
I don't know why I spoke the way I did before. I think it was a bit that I committed maybe too much into.
Well, the problem was like that's how you talk normally though, like outside of the bit too. It's just weird because like I remember like you talked that way, right? And then literally it was like the next day. Like it took a day between that voice and then your current voice. Like you just changed your voice overnight. It was one of the most jarring, strange, weird things that happened. We thought
That's
your
what I'm
actual
saying. I
voice
feel
was a
like
bit.
it was a bit.
I don't know. It was
I
weird.
committed
Though.
too far with. I mean, come on. It wouldn't be the only bit that I committed to.
Yeah,
Okay.
You're right. You're right.
Actually, now that brings up something because there was an event that happened around the same time, I swear. And now there's lots of doubt in what happened. Your quote-unquote brother came on Skype or whatever and claimed you had like fainted at school or something like that. And I don't even know who.
You don't have a
who
brother.
said
Wait a
what.
minute. Yeah, what's going on?
I don't have a brother, but Acer was my cousin.
Yeah, we've heard it before. You disgusting
Say about it.
lying.
No, did your cousin actually come
I
in
will
and say you
leave the
fainted?
rest. I will leave the rest to be very ambiguous.
My gosh.
What if
Anyways.
he just doesn't remember?
Anyway, let's play this. Let's play this.
I have another one lined up as well, but I stood him time steps.
Okay.
All right, go.
All right, here we go. This is me.
What did you even just say?
Guys, let's go! Yay! Let's go! It's an adventure!
That was really hard to listen to.
I love Messo's Let's
Yay.
go.
Let's go. Yes, that was me. That was Tiny
All right.
Meso.
Now there's one more that Meso has
Tiny Meso.
reminded
This last
me of.
one is an epic confrontation between LJ and Vin.
Yes.
In spoil.
And Meso,
no.
go ahead and
Best
find
part of-
for the last
Best part of
one.
episode 2.
Not Olaf.
Meso, find
Olaf?
Olaf. Yeah.
All right. All right.
In the meantime, here's our epic confrontation.
Happy.
You know what would make me very happy? To see this two-pronged blade sticking out of your chest.
You know what I'd like to see? A bullet in your head as you fly through space. Lifeless. A lot. With blood. That sounds like a good thing, huh, LJ? Huh? You fly through space with a lot of blood, and... What? Get off of me!
Get off of me.
Now, here, we have to reenact it, LJ.
Get
We
off
have to
me.
reenact it.
Get off me.
Okay.
We have to do that next year.
Go.
All right.
I
This
will
really
record
makes
it.
me want to do TTV D&D.
You know what I want to see?
Oh.
You know what I want to see? This two-pronged blade
pillow?
sticking out of your chest.
Hey, get off me.
You know what I'd like to see? Your body lifeless, with lots of blood, a lot.
Nice job. I'm glad we had this moment.
So I just realized
Get
the
off of
beauty, the true beauty of this last quote, LJ, is that Vin never swore as Bone Snap during the exchange.
Are you serious? Never?
So,
Way.
Okay.
yeah, he said like friggin' at one point.
Oh.
That's it, which means we can play the whole thing.
Literally that line, that word. Okay. Fair enough.
We're a bunch of old people sitting in rockers on the porch talking about the good old days while the kids are out in the yard playing, kind of half listening to us.
Takuma, we've been doing that for the last 8 years.
That's
Yeah,
all
you're
our
right.
channel is.
Just nostalgia.
Okay, this will be the last clip, and then we will move on with our actual history. This is from the last episode ever released, from TTV episode 3, between two gang members, well, 3 technically, named Olaf, Bone Snap, and Swanson.
Yo yo.
And it depicts a battle that, well,
No,
not
it's following a battle.
it's following a battle.
They're venting their frustrations about something that happened.
Got
Indeed.
chased off.
And the voice is in play here. Well, actually, you know what? You can hear it and take a guess. Mess, what's the timestamp?
All right. Boom.
6:10 to 8:30. You serious? Oh boy.
Yes. Yeah.
No swearing at all. Miss.
No swearing at all. There's like hell, and then
Okay.
it's like tame stuff. We here.
Okay.
Dangerous. Yeah.
I know. I'm gonna start 6:11. Okay, I was close. As close, everyone. Here we go.
Snap! What do you have to say for yourself? This reminds me of time in war, with your Ivy recons and very dangerous enemy. But you're an idiot, Bronze Snap. What do you have to say for yourself?
What the hell is Bone Snap an idiot? You didn't even say why yet. Idiot.
I swear, truth. One, if you do not stop calling me names and making fun of your ranking officer in this gang, I will shoot you, and you will not like it. And two, you'll fail to capture those out of city vermin.
Well, Bone Snap was gonna capture them, but then this fool came up and was sued. Then he got in my way. He got in Bone Snap's way. And then he scared me with the friggin' rocket launcher.
Why am I the only Italian in an Italian gang? It doesn't seem to make no sense, eh?
Just shut up!
Okay, then.
Where? Susan Warby Johnson. We will make sure he does not stand in our way for last time.
Wait. Bone Snap don't know what you're saying. Bone Snap can't understand a thing you're saying. You have a bad Russian accent. Bone Snap can't understand it. Heck, Bone Snap can't stand anything anymore. Okay, Bone Snap's tantrum is over. What were you saying?
I swear, Snap, if you do not get hearing aid, I will tear out your ears and will make use of them elsewhere.
All I heard was
What?
The hell is that supposed to be? Snap can't understand a thing you're saying.
Don't worry, we have their friends.
That epic ending, panning over to.
And that's it.
Alright, stop it, stop.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're good.
That's the end.
Ben sounds like he's trying to hold in to go to the bathroom.
LJ's version of a Russian accent. Adran
came up.
your arms.
I will tear out your
I will tear out your ears.
Some of them elsewhere.
Make use of them elsewhere.
I was forgetting about that.
In
line.
my head, at the time, make use of them elsewhere meant turning them into audio spy devices that I would use to spy on the heroes.
Can we just talk for a second about the fact that LJ managed to put an R in elsewhere?
I spelled true things.
Like that's surprisingly hard.
You know there's already an R in there, right?
Yeah, at the end, not in the middle.
Okay.
And then Bone Snap's like, all I heard was ears, and then tears. What the hell is that supposed to be?
And now LJ can do a real Russian accent.
Da.
My little Russian
Yeah.
lady, please.
What is
Give
only
me some
game?
beans.
Why you have to be mad?
The actual plot of the episode involved me and LJ ending up in the middle of a biker gang war, attacking a business called Wu-Tang Financial in a city named Chronopolis, defended by its owner, Susan Wallaby Johnson, aka Var with gruff-sounding voice.
I can't even do a quote because every single quote he had a curse word in it.
His quotes say, "What's this gonna do to my business?"
What are we gonna do about Mr. Ray?
What are we gonna do about this charade?
It's like
You're a
every
funny
word
boy.
at the end
That's
of
funny,
his
boy.
lines.
That's real funny.
My favorite part of that whole thing is that somewhere along the line it was decided that the best way to have the businessman be introduced was with a rocket launcher.
Yeah, he shoots out of the biker gang.
We gotta get to them before they get to us.
The only, and I don't want to play it out of proximity concerns, but Ven has one line as Bone Snap that is just the greatest
No, I'm
thing.
pretty sure bad music is playing in the back.
It's
Don't get shot.
Yeah, don't get shot. Oh man!
As he's running away after being scared off. by
Don't you dare
Sue,
come back to my property.
Don't get shot.
Don't get shot.
But yeah, that's TTV THM. It's what we wanted to do to begin with.
THM. That
I wasn't
is
even
the
part of TTV
foundation
at the
of
time.
current
I was in it.
TTV cast.
Yeah, that's a thing. So people that were in TTV THM weren't necessarily even a part of TTV.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, Ven and I weren't even in TTV at the time.
yeah, they were just part of that.
That was legitimately the only reason why I hung around you guys was to do Machinima. And then I was like, oh, you guys do a podcast? Oh, that's cool, I guess. And then I
wait,
didn't
I have one
actually
more
join
request.
in until like way later.
That's so.
522 to 528. It's safe, I swear.
What is it?
On episode 3.
But if you
522.
swear in it, is
I
that
got
safe?
spare. I got
It's
spare
Sue.
rocket launchers.
On episode 3?
Oh, no.
Yes.
522. I don't know. What about the music in the background?
We gotta
Is it
get.
safe?
There's no music.
No, the music only ends after as the
Okay,
bikers leave.
522. 528. So this is gonna be very short. Okay, here we go. I don't know what this is.
This leader are all about us right now. We need to get to them before they get to us.
No way! Oh my gosh!
We gotta get to them before they get to us.
Favorite. That is my favorite
That
quote.
moment when Var sounds almost the same.
Probably the most quoted.
We need to get to them before they get to us.
Actually, no, I lied. Var sounds stronger now than you did back then, but
You
otherwise. the
sound
same.
like a. You just sound like, I don't know why, but you sound like Toad.
Oh man.
Charade! Charade!
I love this.
We need to sound clip this again.
Yeah.
So after all,
I might have one more.
Meso, come on!
No more, Meso.
Jeez, Meso.
Go to 442.
That's enough. No.
No, that's enough.
So,
We're
I've
done.
got to go to bed sometime tonight.
I found the charade line.
We're done.
I'm actually thinking I gotta leave.
Come on, the charade line.
We're done.
All right. So, good enough. So that was TTV. Where were we on the story?
Well,
G2 happened.
Yeah.
G2. Wow, we just jumped, but okay.
Telling a story.
We're telling the history of TTV.
We went through TTV THM to explain your voice
Yeah, essentially.
being different back then.
So X's voice was way different. But like chronologically on the history of TTV, you all know the story from there. All the current fans of ours.
I left.
G2 happened. Mange left for 2 years. G2 friggin' blew up in our faces alongside Vessel, our planned operation to be able to do TTV full time. That didn't work out either. We picked up Purple along the way. Join. Hello, Purple.
Hi.
We also picked up AT to edit the podcast.
AKA the best edition. Well, I only edited the TTV talks at the time.
Yeah, but then you eventually transitioned into BrickFeed and a general all-around helpful dude who we've wanted to get on the podcast for years.
Yeah.
Glad you finally joined us.
Talk a little bit. Tell
I
us
have
a
a
little.
fear of speaking.
Remember having your application or audition or whatever you want to call it at like midnight or 1 in.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh yeah, that was really out of the blue because you suggested you just messaged me and you're like, hey, do you wanna do audio editing for TTV? I'm like, maybe. Oh well, I got this. You can you put me on for the interview right within a half hour or hour from that.
I didn't think that's the way it was gonna go, for the record.
Listen, man. AT's cool people.
Yeah. Nice.
I'll never forget you stepping up for us at Lego Live. You did real good earlier this year, and I'll forever be appreciative.
AT, you were
so bad for you.
You were a
because
one-man army.
Yeah, because we brought you there with us to
be the
record,
cameraman,
and then you ended up getting dragged in through to all the work stuff too.
All the troubleshooting, tech support, display making, management, very little actual camera work.
That was a very interesting weekend, to say the least.
It was fun. It was good memory.
Doesn't even freaking describe it.
I think Vin is leaving. So.
Oh.
Yeah, I gotta get going.
All right.
It's been a pleasure.
As it always winding down. Do you have anything to say to the community?
To the community,
or just
thank you guys for supporting us and for sticking around. And it's not easy going through 2 Bionicle deaths, but you guys are still here, and I think that's fantastic. A lot of remarkable people in the community. I'm gonna try. You'll be seeing more videos from me, and hopefully we'll have a little bit more back and forth about Mock Spotlight and stuff, so that'd be great. To my fellow cast and crewmates here at TTV, love you guys so much.
I love you too.
Dude, I'm actually at a friend's house for a party, but I had to take this moment to be here for the 300th episode. I was like, I already miss being on the podcast as much as I used to, and I did not want to miss out on this kind of reminisce and chat a little bit. So this has been great.
It makes me cry.
Bless you. Have fun at the party.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time, but not as good as the time it would be.
We'll be thinking of you.
Man, I miss you.
I love you.
I love you. I always love you.
This is a weird bit.
Ben, you cool people, Ben, never change. Actually, no change. Be around more. Yeah, definitely change. Change your activity levels.
I'll try, dude. Anyway, this has been fun.
Adios.
Bye, guys.
Adios, amigo.
Bye, Ben.
See ya. Bye,
Peace,
Ben.
my brother.
Now I
see you next time.
And then there were 9, is it?
Yep.
Fun fact.
Well, a much lower number than that.
Since
feels like less.
Since I
So we kind of just really glossed over Purple joining.
Yeah.
there wasn't a whole lot of
I was
fanfare
gonna give her a
behind it.
turn. I was about to get
There was a lot of fan art, though. Remember, LJ?
Okay, that's
Remember?
true. That is
Purple,
true.
talk for a minute about your history with the TTV and like what you joined expecting versus what you got and how you
Yes,
are
Purple.
now.
Purple, tell them about our crowning moment.
Oh, I will try to get to that if I remember, but I will forget mid-sentence.
I will remind you.
Okay, so one day I was like scrolling Tumblr and stuff, and
Of
I guess
course.
like some blog I followed reblogged like one of your guys' breaking news videos about like Bionicle coming back, and I was like, oh crap, I know Bionicle, that's pretty cool. So I like checked out the channel, and you guys were like funny and stuff, so I watched your videos. And I watched I watched like all of your like coverages for stuff because like one, I wanted to hear you guys' reactions, especially to Ninjago, because like as a Ninjago fan, I really wanted you guys to talk about that, and you never did.
No.
But I also watched all the Chima coverages because it was way more convenient than watching the actual episodes. And those were really fun.
Those were fun to record as well.
Yeah. It was at that point I started like getting favorites. It was like, oh yeah, LJ and Meso, they're so much fun to listen to and stuff.
Whoops.
Big surprise. There.
Yo.
Yeah. So I just kind of watched stuff for like a couple of years, I guess. And then I was like, oh, I want to like totally show off my art skills. So that's when I started doing the mask painting.
And we are so glad you did. For
The
the
legendary mask
100% it was just to get attention.
Well, it
You
worked.
It worked. Good job.
I remember being like the one who was like not impressed with my mask painting and like crapping all over it because the color scheme was wrong.
Yeah, I remember that. It's not my fault that that picture just sucked. I didn't know it was green. It looked yellow.
Meanwhile, I
whatever.
was dying inside.
I did like a speed paint video of yours, Takuma.
With Aviators music.
Yeah!
I remember.
I was so happy when you mentioned you listened to Aviators that one time, Takuma. I was like, oh my gosh, someone actually knows it, and it's someone at TV.
Have you listened to his latest album?
Probably.
It's so good.
Years
Bar,
ago, I still think my mask painting was perfection.
On it dedicated to Dark Souls, so you're obligated to look at it. But it's so good. Anyways, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, I did like the mask paintings, got attention, got like my art on a thumbnail, which was like great, and it was so cool, and I screenshotted that. Then what happened? Oh yeah, I wanted like, yeah, I wanted more attention.
Oh my gosh.
So I
You're not really selling yourself very well.
No.
No, this is
okay,
legit
wait,
the only reason I
be
ever
honest.
like draw fan art is to like get attention.
I feel
But-
so sad every time you say that.
That moment
It's
when
like-
you realize Fwef is a shallow Tumblr girl.
Fwef?
No,
There.
purple.
Wow,
Purple.
sorry.
Oh my
Can
god.
you throw it Fwef under the bus?
Why?
Civil War. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Sorry,
Hey,
Fwef.
you know what? In my defense, I'm tired because I
I mean,
work.
he's right, but I'm not on Tumblr.
Okay, so you
It's
started
really
doing
great
Ghost Squad.
seeing the evolution of Purple's like art style in the mask drawings.
See,
Yeah,
I
And then
remember
for my
all
epic
the rest
skull.
of those.
Once they were done and we looked at all of them, I remember we were kind of daydreaming about the possibility of a studio. And one of the first things we all agreed on was, okay, if we could get a studio going, all of these are going to be printed out, framed, and
Hanging
on
on
the
the
walls.
wall. Yeah,
like,
I remember
low-key-
that.
I thought you guys were like already had a studio, so I was like, oh, I can't wait to like see like pictures of my pictures up and like.
Oh no! I kid you not. When I get my own place, at some point or another, canvas print on my wall.
Aw. You should hang up that one like.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not talking about the
Still
artwork.
waiting on
I'm
my
talking
art.
about the one where it's on everything. I'm gonna get that.
Yeah. That little doodle.
A red bubble.
Y'all.
I think I still have that one saved.
My face is everywhere.
The one of Takuma. Where is it?
I found it.
Yeah, I responded to. It's called This Is Fine.png. Oh, it's so old.
That's amazing.
Oh wait, are you talking about the picture or me?
Both.
Oh my gosh.
That's like
most
Animal
worrying
Crossing when you can put your like emblem as
Yeah!
everything.
The most worrying thing about that picture is that it looks like there's a particular somebody creeping in a window.
Oh.
I mean, hey.
I got the creeping porn accurate.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and I'll put this picture up on the video real quick.
Prentice.
Accurate.
And if you want to know what's happening right now, you can join the Patreon chat.
I just thought I'd give you guys this to help with the picture.
Since
a really big mistake.
It's an
but
eraser.
we still haven't gotten to my favorite story yet, Purple.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm like working on it. Okay, so then like I wanted more acknowledgement from the TTV
My
guys.
God.
Cool. No, listen, I wanted to like be part of TTV and like be friends with you guys.
You make me
which is
so
why I
sad.
wanted attention. Why is it sad?
No, it's just like I wanted more attention.
I wanted attention. I wanted.
I need validation from my online idols.
Draw the
Yeah, pretty much.
squad.
Yeah, so I did draw the squad.
That's amazing.
And that just like blew up, I guess.
It
Draw
was
the squad is the
amazing.
stuff of legends.
Yeah, you guys really like those.
I still really like them.
I still
Yeah.
want to get those sunglasses. The heart-shaped glasses.
I have those, but I don't know where they went.
I found some, but then I sat on them and broke them.
Why?
Not
I can-
on purpose. I didn't go, look, heart glasses, then just dropsy on them.
I mean, that's the way that you said it is kind of makes it seem that way. Like, heart glasses. Takuma really wants some of those. I should break them.
Okay, can I?
I don't
just go
know
off
whose
on
they
like
were.
a
I found
10-second
them on the
tangent?
floor.
I'm told that when I get really animated or frustrated, my brother is sitting next to me counting to 10 seconds. Screw him. When I get really excited or frustrated, apparently my voice goes up an octave.
Yes.
Yes.
It does.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Just wanted. Just checking. Carry on.
No, it does.
Just checking.
Just checking.
No, you're making fun of me.
Wow,
My
went up a few
Takuma's
more.
brother, can you please make fun of him a little bit in real life? Because I can't.
He's not listening to us because he
Aw.
don't care.
Wow. Just like a younger brother.
Yeah, fair.
Anyways, carry on.
Yeah, and so like one day Takuma PC messages me asking to like redraw, like do a custom draw the squad in time for like the podcast the next morning.
I remember this.
Ooh,
I got
that
the image
sounds-
if you don't.
I
So
don't.
I stayed up
That sounds like a lot of work.
all night working on it to make sure it would be done in time.
Man.
Yeah. I don't know where to go from here. It
got
worked.
it.
Like you guys like talked about it on the like general draw the squad stuff on the podcast, and then Takuma was like, "Okay, post it now," like while you guys are talking, and so I did, and this
And
was,
it was
like way before
possibly
Discord.
the worst thing I have ever laid eyes on.
The fact that we pulled off a live, quote unquote live, because we didn't have a live studio audience at that point.
It is.
But the fact that we pulled off a quote unquote live reveal is just, oh, it's one of my favorite things to this day.
So great. It was so cool.
I need to die.
LJ, there's a lot of people who won't argue with that, but that's another topic for another
Ouch.
day.
Ouch!
And Merlin P. Mann as oh my gosh, I almost called her Diva. AT, help me out here. It's Vinyl Scratch.
Oh, the voice actress?
No.
Or
Merlin P. Because each person is a different character, but we had to figure out who. I can't remember the character's name, but we did Merlin P. Man for it. Someone help me out here.
No one else knows My Little Pony.
Yes, AT does.
Well, which one? Okay, help me out. Like, what
The DJ one.
Yeah, where?
Vinyls. Just what is the name of that character?
DJ Pwn 3?
Is that all it is? Because I could have sworn there was another name.
Well, there's Vinyl Scratch and DJ Pwn 3. DJ Pwn 3 is like the official one.
There's gotta be something else.
I'm
in there.
dying.
I don't know what I don't care. But either way,
So
we had
guys,
an
how
odd
about
man
your
out-
dying fandom? Anyways.
I'm so far behind. I'm like probably a season and a half behind.
Whoa, it's a good thing it got canceled because now you can catch up.
Wait, it
Jeez, dude.
It's
That's
not
some venom right there. My
got-
God.
Wait, it got canceled?
That came out of
It's not
nowhere.
I didn't think so.
Last season. It was just a huge thing on like Polygon for some reason.
Whatever.
Holy guacamole. But yeah, so
Anyways, that was great.
that was a thing.
I was only disappointed that Purple would have to wait until the episode was edited and came out to actually hear the reaction.
Yeah, but it was worth it.
And remember when we awkwardly approached you to like join the group? Super
Oh my
professional.
god. That was so awkward. I had to talk to a different frickin' person every time, and no one would answer my frickin' questions.
Welcome to TTV and pandemic because
You thought we were
nobody knows what's
professional?
going on.
Yeah, I thought you guys at least had some idea of what you were doing.
Oh, honey, I'm sorry.
What have we
last
ever?
examples, the last
That was-
examples being hired, for example, my PM would show you that they are not professional.
You're hired.
I found it the other day. I found the casting call, and they were like, "We want a female."
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
I am,
that- I mean,
and
that
I looked
was-
at myself as I am a woman. This is my chance.
Yes, the big news.
Big news.
But yeah, you came on the podcast to be a host, and you drew shirts, and then you didn't. And then you just recanned them.
I mean, yeah, so I guess that's a really
I
good
want my
time.
Takuma pizza shirt, dang it.
No.
Messages.
No. No, stop that. Stop.
Alexa, play Despacito.
No.
Alexa.
Okay, that's
Robots are taking over!
Alexa, turn forks in. Play the
Alexa,
music.
play Despacito.
I had a text message and I was trying to clear it off. It didn't work.
It's a
Come
deviant.
in, text message.
I'll deal with it later. But yeah, so then you joined. We're sorry. We didn't
Threw
mean
on
it.
new stuff on. Literally, it also is a joke.
Huh.
I didn't hear you say myself.
So
After
Purple
you
was a glutton
joined-
for attention, and it worked.
I think you were only around. Am I wrong that you were only around for like 6 months before Bionicle got canceled?
Okay.
No, it was like a. Was it? I thought
Everyone-
it was like a year and 6 months.
Something you need to understand is that Meso has 2 time frames. Before G2 ended and after G2 ended. It's like the
It is the same
BC for the rest of the
I
world.
was gonna say, what about the in between there? But it wasn't a significant amount of time to account for.
Yeah. So that's so right now we're currently year 2 AD after ABD after Bionicle death. For Meso.
Abd.
Yep. I have some stuff to talk about in regards to that, but I'll save that. I just want to finish through the history.
Okay.
So G2 ended, and then the next thing that happened of interest was probably LJ getting fired.
Yeah, well, I mean, we went to
Vessel
BrickFair.
dying.
We went to BrickFair.
Yeah, I mean, we went to BrickFair right after G2.
Yeah, we talked about BrickFair.
Yeah,
Okay.
but see, LJ getting fired is what brought me back.
That is true.
That's true, because somewhere along all this, we mentioned Keeney. Keeney just kind of stopped being a part of this group. He would come in like every now and then, every 6 months, and then like leave again for 6 months.
Yep.
But he wasn't really a mainstay on videos or even just in the friends group.
Nope.
LJ getting fired brought him back into the fold somewhat.
Sort of. In that, and by into the fold, we mean into the chat that was created that had like 4 of us or 5 of us.
So
Yep.
I figure we
so
can
that
kind
we
of
could still talk to LJ.
we can go into a little bit of detail about this because again, as I mentioned earlier, the time of this recording, August 31st, is the 1 year since it was announced that I was fired. I was actually fired on August 29th.
Oh my god, get over yourself.
Wow.
But
How you doing, El?
so what had happened? I ended up getting fired, and if anyone doesn't know how this all went down, there just there are 2 dossiers about it.
And there's a video.
Don't say it correctly, dude.
Well, how's it said?
Yeah.
Dossier.
Like GIF.
Oh, dossier?
Dossier.
Don't get me started.
It's French. It's a dossier.
Dossier.
Fair enough.
LJ, put up the picture of Wad in bed while you talk about this.
Okay, fine.
Dossier.
So,
You're really demanding today. That's
he is. Today?
This is what happens when you go through a midlife crisis.
So,
That's great.
there's a video that the live joint, it's the live joint, and then I have a guest, but it's the lime joint. They're great. They had a video on it. Purple and Fwef compiled a large dossier, and then I compiled one, and then I was on Just Two Goods podcast, the Just Two podcast, to discuss my side of things. So, go look in those places if you want a kind of idea of what happened. So I get fired, and what ends up occurring, there's the picture on screen, is we end up making a couple of chats, because I was removed from every single TTV chat. So we made one chat called Group Therapy, and it was just myself, Meso, Keeney, who had come back into the fold, and Fwef. And we had that for...
Dang, I could have used that.
Yeah, I know, right? We had that for quite a few months. And over the course of the next
I think
7...
it was about 4 months in total
That was-
we
that
were
was-
active in group therapy.
Yes.
That was like my Tahiti.
It was a magical place.
It was a magical place.
And so over the course of the next 7 months, I end up spending my time kind of reconnecting with everyone and figuring out what the heck happened. And we make a new chat called Truth and Reconciliation. and there we brought in Envy, we brought in Takuma, we brought in Ven, we brought in Envy, then by proxy brought in Matoro, which is how we kind of started talking to her. We brought in Lady Kopaka. She's actually been a guest on TTV before.
I didn't know Lady Kopaka was there.
Mm-hmm. She didn't talk much.
Not that she really spoke.
Yeah.
Like twice.
But
LK is a busy lady.
She is indeed. So
Yeah.
we had the chat, and then the whole thing with other KI went down, and it kind of just after that happened, we made another chat called the Hideout, where we brought everyone else in that I'd reconnected with. So that's like Purple, AT was there. I don't know why AT wasn't in TAR.
That was like everyone but me at that point, I think.
Essentially,
Correct.
yes. And so from that, all this stuff was going down with other KI, and everyone who wasn't involved was in that chat watching stuff go down. And just being like, ooh, Ven just showed up. Oh my gosh. Oh no.
That was an interesting night. Like,
That was so funny.
real.
That was weird. I ordered Chinese and I sat there the whole night watching and eating.
I was like, we were dealing with the thing, the serious business, the excommunication,
the firing,
and then like Vin just shows up midway through, like with no context.
I screamed while mid rib in my mouth, just going, "What the heck?"
Nice.
It was madness. So
I had a fun time.
So
after that, LJ shot up a gravity beam and began the reunification of the...
Yes. So then I was brought back, and the kind of company-ness of things has gone away, and now everything is just kind of for fun now, and it's been fun.
Mostly. Now we make shows that lots of people like.
Yeah, we bring back shows that got a lot of views, but it's just for fun though.
Yeah, Meso.
They love to give me a hard time about that, but my heart's in the right place, I swear.
We have lots of fun trying to make money.
And failing, because YouTube sucks. Yeah.
How about we
We're
just
not-
stop blaming YouTube?
No.
'Cause we suck.
No.
Wow. I mean, accurate, but
The algorithm
there's a lot
is
of
really against us, guys.
there's a lot of people who are really bad at video games, and they still make money being bad at video games. So be able to make lots
I
of
was
money
blocking.
podcasting.
Nice one.
Why am I toxic?
Wadden gets it. All right, and that pretty much brings us to modern day. Pretty much. You know, we've weathered a lot of storms. We've brought on a lot of people. We've lost a lot of people. We've re-brought on a lot of people. We've lost Bionicle. We got Bionicle back. We lost Bionicle. And
Who
now
said Bionicle is dead?
Everything about you is it's skulls and losing Bionicle G2. That is your life.
Look, you know, if
PTSD,
Bionicle fans as a whole had said there's no point in talking about it, it would have never come back.
You go, man.
Quote Abraham Lincoln.
Let's
Yeah,
not
now-
forget the millions of petitions. I mean, the 3.
Mm-hmm.
And now, things are fun, and Keeney is
they
back finally,
Am
and
I
AT
In
is
the
now
end?
AT is now host finally.
He is now Keeney.
Am I really though?
Yeah, dude.
Am I?
You want to be on a podcast? You have free reign anytime, literally. Whatever.
That door's been open for a long time. You just never stepped in until today.
That is
Biocraft-
We practically begged you some days when we didn't have
Yeah.
enough people.
This is true.
Biocraft died way before 200. Biocraft, actually, I think it was our 10,000 subscriber live stream.
Yeah, I think we did a video.
We announced the cancellation trailer, which is to this date the funniest non-TTVT Gym video to never be posted on the channel.
I don't. Okay, so fun fact. It was done. The video was totally and completely done, but Other KI lost portions of it, and it could not be uploaded.
We should just release what we have.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know where what we have is.
Is that even
just
an option?
redo it.
Oh, he has it, doesn't he?
Wait. Is it the one on my channel, Mess, or is it the other one? Because there are two of them.
At this point, there were 2 with additional scenes. I'm not picky. One had like the joke where not 1 movie, not 2 movies, not 3 movies, but 0 movies, which is like a great joke, but an optional joke.
It kind of reminds me of the Rick and Morty joke of the 2 brothers.
Yeah, kind of a little bit. Oh yeah, Makuta Fest got ended.
Yeah, that was the final year this year, wasn't it?
Oh
The
man, I
last
just realized
draw
we didn't do
last
one this
year.
year.
Well, yeah,
I
because
just
last year.
remember it being like the last year.
Forgot about that. Yeah, it's like there was just a point where I was like, we want to move on and just diversify and do other things. Bionicle had been dead for like a while, and it was symbolic in a way to like go out on a high note, and I think we did with the art book as a prize.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was important to end it in a good way, rather than prolong its inevitability. There's a recent thing that went down about Bionicle. I just kind of want to like briefly mention. We got confirmation that we were right all along. You know, about the Vahi. And a lot of you might not remember what that's about. But
I remember, I just don't care enough.
I care because I was personally like slighted by it. You're with me here, Var, right? You
Oh
get
yeah,
me?
absolutely.
You get me. We were in New York.
This is
Comic
very
Con.
frustrating. This is extremely frustrating.
You want to talk about this? I know you care a lot. Just a refresher on what happened at Comic Con.
I mean, sure. Okay. So, everybody who's followed TTV knows that we were invited to the Bionicle like relaunch that happened back when G2 was kind of like first like in the talks, right? You know,
Yes.
It was like people were wondering when we were going to first see it. This was after the leaks had happened. You know, everybody thought it was going to be San Diego Comic Con.
But it
That didn't
wasn't.
turn out. Turns out it was going to be New York Comic Con. We got invited to New York Comic Con, right? So we go to New York Comic Con, we see Bionicle, we take pictures, we make videos, cool. All that fun stuff. There was a bit of news that came from us that started to make the rounds around the internet post that convention. I think probably the first day, actually.
It was sourced from a guy named Jordan Paxton who was manning the Bionicle booth.
Yes. So Jordan Paxton, who was working at the Bionicle booth, we spoke with him personally. We interviewed him. And during that interview, he told us that Bionicle G2 is essentially a soft reboot in the sense that it's connected to G1 through the Mask of Time, right? It basically, those weren't his direct words. I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but I remember being like, so would you describe that kind of like how Star Trek is connected to the past Star Trek? And he was like, yes.
Yeah, and he
So-
said something about like back in 2004, you have a comma made a Mask of Time. You know, the second movie.
There's a Mask of Time there, and there's a Mask of Time here. Boom. So basically,
they're
he
two
told us
different
this.
pieces.
He told us that they were 2 different pieces of the same mask, and that Bionicle G2 is a soft reboot. That like he told us that. So we reported on this, and I don't really know what happened or why it happened, but a massive campaign basically took place where people were saying that we were lying or making that up or spreading misinformation just to get attention.
Still makes my blood boil.
It's really frustrating because and unfortunately the worst part about it was that we lost the footage of the interview that we took.
Yep.
I don't even remember what happened, but
I think the audio got corrupted, which was the worst part possible.
Yeah, I think so. Something like that happened. So we lost the interview, but we were told this information. So we have known this. This has been confirmed for a long time. So the most throughout the recent news that this is true is that it's not news. It's old information that we've had for a long time. But for whatever reason, campaign to get that we were spreading wrong information and misinformation and stuff. So for the longest time, this Vaki theory, as people called it, the theory was just a rumor.
Vaki.
But we here in TTV, or not Vaki, Vaki, sorry. But we here in TTV know, we had known for years that this was not a theory. This was truth. This was what LEGO was intending. But we had no way to prove it, and everybody just said we were lying. So
we essentially
really
just had
annoying.
to take the misinformation label. We fought back against it as much as we could, but it was a he said, she said kind of a thing at that point. And it caused a stigma on our group that I don't...
And unfortunately, she had Tumblr.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we ever recovered from that either. Because
we never shook it off.
Basically, people said we were lying, spreading misinformation, trying to get attention.
Felt like a personal vendetta.
It absolutely was. It was. That's absolutely the case. It was totally a personal vendetta. But unfortunately, it caught wind and it spread, and we got the reputation of spreading misinformation. But all we did was report information that we were told by a credible source,
which turned out to be true.
Which was real. Yeah, 100% true. Confirmed.
And there were ways of explaining it away that people jumped through. He wasn't talking about an actual soft reboot. He wasn't talking about an actual connection. He just meant using the idea of a Mask of Time, which means they're drawing inspiration. And I was like, that could have been a discussion that was had. That was not the context of the discussion that was had.
Sounds like someone trying to explain their religious or political views.
Indeed. Yeah, it was them trying to describe.
There are alternative interpretations, sure, but it's not what actually went down. It was a very specific discussion with very specific buzzwords and examples, Star Trek being the example.
The problem was that you basically had to take our word for it, because we had no proof for it. It seemed far-fetched, because LEGO clearly wasn't going out of their way, other than small little hints here and there. But yeah, so it was whether you liked us or you didn't, basically determined whether you believed this fact or not, right?
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, yeah, we got that. We got the stigma of being wrong, and it's really frustrating because we were right, and it's even more frustrating because it might just be my perspective, but I feel like it kind of helped perpetuate this whole TTV is just at it for attention kind of mentality that ended up kind of brewing.
It totally did, 100%.
And it's just really frustrating because that wasn't the case at all. We had a conversation with the person who knew this information. Let's just spread that to people. Just let people know, hey, this is what's up. This is what LEGO's doing, and that's all. And we were right. And there you go. So.
And what's most interesting is the wording. I'm pretty sure if you've listened to the conversation this far, you know what we're talking about. But brief summary, a style guide leaked recently. A style guide or a story Bible, whatever you want to call it, being the core of what made up BIONICLE 2015. This was the foundation for the theme. And there's a page in there that literally says, the second half of the Mask of Time is our way of connecting the two plot lines, linking them, and quote-unquote awakening the imagination of the longtime fans. What that means is it is a deliberate link, but LEGO was never going to write the explanation of it into the story, which I admit does make it a murky gray area of being official or unofficial, because they were like, we encourage the fans to come up with their own explanation. It's this weird kind of muddled semi-canon state. But the intention speaks for itself. This was a thing they deliberately did. It was not a wink and a nod. It was not an Easter egg. It was their way of connecting through time. Also, I can hear the sketching.
Sorry, I thought I was muted.
It's okay. Sorry.
How dare you draw?
Which makes it more frustrating. And, you know, in our case, that's one thing. Var did a very nice job of explaining it. There's another thing I want to briefly address to have a bit of serious conversation on this episode, and that is, you know, the Bionicle community's reception to it. I put out a news video, and I find it very interesting that there are two polar opposite opinions divided down the line. One side hates it. They're like, you should not write a story with subjective plot elements that the fans have to fill in. You should not write a story with the premise being an implication, essentially. And they feel that it's lazy. They feel like it's very cheap. It's unnecessary for LEGO to have to make this convoluted explanation for linking the plot lines in order to take old Bionicle elements, which is their justification. They say, this allows us to use the treasure trove of previously created content, but in new ways. People are like, you could do that anyway with a hard reboot. You know, you're not bound by that. That's one side. And the other half thinks that it's actually a pretty cool way of linking the two generations through a familiar artifact, paying homage to what came before, reinventing old ideas, which they probably would have been able to do if the theme had continued. They were probably going to do more of that. And generally, it's an unoffensive way to respect old Bionicle fans, which, for what it's worth, is the side that I fall under. I actually don't have a problem with the Vahi. I actually think it was a cool thing for LEGO to do. The only thing I care about is us being called liars over it. That's it.
Yeah.
Would I have liked to have it confirmed in story at the very end, maybe? Sure. That would have been nice. But did I want it to be a focus? Did I want, you know, the Glatorian to come in and save the day through a time vortex? No. Not necessarily. Now the common problem is, like, LJ, you have some issues with the Vahi, I think. Or at the very least, you recognize.
I recognize there's an issue with the explanation. And a lot of
there's a lot of people in the community.
Yeah, a lot of people recognize this because it's the first thing anyone who knows the story, at least minorly, would think of.
Explain it to us.
Two things to start with. First, you don't have an issue with this, but you have an issue with stickers in the Ninjago City docks. You're a punk. Anyway.
I don't have an issue with the stickers. I just sympathize with people who did.
Second,
those are not comparable.
So the thing,
no, they're comparable on this one.
The issue that
people, I'll let you talk.
The issue that people have with this is that in G2 it was said that there are two halves to the Vahi. There's the lower and the upper. The one that we see in the story is the upper half, and it has some time powers, clairvoyance, and then time, which we don't know what that suggests. So it's really just clairvoyance. In Generation 1, the lower half, alleged lower half of the Vahi, is what we saw, and its power was to slow up and speed down time in any given area. The problem is that in Generation 2, it is said that the two halves broke off. In Generation 1, the Vahi was an ancient concept that only came into realization via Vakama forging the Vahi through the mask of time, or the disc of time. He used all 6 of the great discs, made them into a disc of time, and then forged it into the mask. And only the lower half. And that's the problem.
Okay, see, I have something I can say
anytime
to
you
that.
introduce time travel or anything like that, you can explain away anything, and that's why time travel is a terrible...
Takuma and I are on the same page.
Okay,
Yeah.
you could easily
Okay.
say that somebody in the future had the Mask of Time, like, went back in time and, like, changed the way that the Mask of Time forged.
Because
paradoxes and everything.
Yeah,
It doesn't
there's like a whole
time travel
paradox
doesn't
design
explain
behind it. It's basically the idea that something was created, and if it can mess with time or / move through dimensions and things, it can essentially
everything else go out the window.
cause it to be created, and yada yada yada.
Also, do we know if the shape of the Vahi is just something that Vakama came up with, or was he like working off of a blueprint, or like it's like
Wasn't it
legend
like
of it or something?
Didn't it like come to him or something like that?
Yeah, it was like a vision.
Like
or
it was
something.
just like a vision because he had weird visions and he.
'Cause, I mean,
was
you
a
could
weirdo
even just
and-
say like, oh, the mask is. I mean, it transcends time, right? So it's like this kind of thing that is ever present, regardless
It
of time
exists
or
outside
universe that you're in. So
Like, I
like,
mean,
you could even just say like they took the full mask, broke it in half, melted down the lower half into the disc of time.
Yeah,
And
like
then
there's
he
a lot
remade
of
it.
there's a lot of ways that you could go about explaining it. I don't think it really cheapens anything to have it.
Yeah, I mean,
My
you can
big
go,
thing is
you can go about explaining it in a lot of different ways. That being said, the way it's structured now, without any further explanation, it's a direct contradiction.
Look, I never liked G2, Messa knows, but like it just amuses me to think that they actually, like, in my head it was always like this makes more sense as like the children's story that Glatorian are telling their kids about how the whole legend of Bionicle happened.
Here's my thing, here's the big center point to my theory is that we never actually see Vakama forge the mask.
Here we go.
See him messing with the disc of time, and then we see another scene where he's holding the Vahi. But we never once see a scene of him physically carving the shape of the Vahi we're told that he did. I do not believe we see it in visual media. And that is the way that we could explain it away. Because what if, at some point in the future, someone makes the Mask of Time, something happens to it, a la Mask of Ultimate Power, it explodes, causes a time rift, one half gets shot into the future, one half gets shot into the past, and to use Ninjago's amazing, flawless time travel
Very
lore,
flawed.
very flawless. There was so much concentrated temporal energy in the Disc of Time that it acted like a magnet and pulled the lower half right into the same place where Vakama was forging it.
Or you could always just
linked into the timeline right then. Boom.
Or you could always just explain it away as some weirdness with the timeline in regards to the fact that the Vahi did crack and was messing with the timeline.
We gotta get it to rehab then. That's awful.
Right?
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. Well,
So that's my theory. It's all about Cyrus Borg was right. It's all about temporal energy. Vakama didn't make it. He just thinks he did because he was holding it in his hands at 1 second. It swapped places with the Disc of Time. He
The
technically
Disc of
made
Time
it.
was actually the time portal that allowed the lower half of the mask to come through.
Bingo. He
They're
made
two
it.
separate entities.
He made it, but he didn't forge it.
Vakama didn't make the mask. He made a Stargate to the future.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah,
Look,
Stargate.
I just
Yeah.
want G2 to be like the children's story of the original version.
And that explains why they got it wrong, because a lot of the details got lost through history.
Yep.
The Glatorian forgot the order of UDD because it wasn't their philosophy.
Yep. They forgot about Makuta not actually being Matanui's brother, because the legend just was that he was his brother.
There you go. So there you go. Prove me wrong. You can't. I'm right. My logic is flawless.
See, Meso,
Meso hit.
what you've presented is a theory, but
An impossible to disprove theory.
a very easily disproven theory.
For watching.
No. I see. The problem is the statement that you're making is that it contradicts what was already established. But I mean, we've just provided a million different examples of like how it doesn't contradict and how it can go any direction that you take it. And that was their intent, was that you could theorize and come up with ways to make it work. So really, it works exactly as they planned. Yeah.
Yeah. I just fulfilled the G2 Story Bible's wishes and came up with the explanation.
Fair enough.
Exactly.
I guess when I say contradict, it's more of a the way it's presented in G1 is the mask is done. It's complete. It's finished. So
Well-
in G1 when Vakama makes it,
okay, but
it's-
that's only because
the
we
way-
didn't know there was more to it. Which
the way
that logic
romance
could be.
is... Go on.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of things in the real world. I can't think of a specific example right now, but we could think of it as something that we have thought of as complete, and then all realized, oh my gosh, there's more to this.
The way
the time.
romance was
It's all about
presented in G1 was that it was canon with Huki and Maku until it wasn't.
Can we not get into that?
My goodness, Messa.
Why, Messa? Why?
You
I'm
can't
just saying.
It's like every
whenever you
time you
see
talk, it
it,
makes
then
me
you're not
it makes me
ignorant.
wish G2 ended earlier, and without an ending.
So,
The decanonization of romance was the second half of the Mask of Romance.
Holy crap!
That was only discovered later.
Talking
Huki
to you
and
is
Maku
so.
was the first half.
Talking to you about buying. I'm canceling your third appearance on my show. I can't do this again.
But we got a debating mission.
No.
Sam.
How come Messo's slated for a third appearance and you haven't had me on once?
Okay.
I know, right?
Oh, you stop. Fine, I'll have both of you.
Lamar's got the
Takuma,
plan.
It's actually funny, Takuma, because you are on my short list of guests. Like, I have 2 lists.
Short list?
Well, not...
Excuse me,
It's,
but I
it's,
thought we got rid of the short.
It's a very
Started
short.
this height problem.
it's actually a long list, but... You're on
Forget
it.
that. I'll do my own show.
The
We'll
Takuma
do
Nuva show?
flour soup with no. Fluffy and I are doing
Flour
flour soup.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah. Flour soup.
Yeah, flour soup.
Ah, flour
it's our
soup.
specialty.
Well, I
That
know
doesn't
now.
Explain anything.
Even though I think it's really sad news, I think I'm sort of intolerant to gluten.
Okay, so it can be gluten-free flour soup.
I'm starting to discover that I'm kind of lactose intolerant.
Really?
Yeah.
We're all discovering our weaknesses, I
I
think.
think it's something that's changed and evolved because I definitely wasn't before, but now I'm
Being an
starting
adult.
Yeah.
You know, I actually don't have any food-related allergies or issues and can eat whatever I want.
I didn't until like 3 or 4 years ago.
What are you allergic to, AT?
Yeah, I didn't.
Avocados.
What?
I think I told
that
you about
sucks.
it.
I love avocados.
And I think bananas too, but it's been a while. So
Man.
I'm not 100% sure on that one.
All the mushy fruits.
You can't spell avocado without
Okay,
AT.
but bananas aren't worth not having.
Avocado.
Preach avocado.
I hate it.
AT is allergic to avocado.
I don't know whether maybe I said avocado.
I'm getting tired. I'm getting loopy, guys.
Evident. You already were.
You're tired. It's 4 o'clock in the morning for me.
That moment when there's a random Tyler call out in the chat.
Yeah, Haley.
No, you stay
Messo's
quiet.
girlfriend Haley.
Messo's girlfriend Haley.
Anyway,
The only person who refers to him as Tyler.
literally.
I hear Tyler more than
I-
Messo now because of like my 2 jobs. There's like such a large quantity of people who call me Tyler. It's like outweighing Messo.
I thought you were about to say it's because you're on
Way
call
more
more.
than any of us.
I was gonna say, I was
2
like,
jobs plus Haley. That's like.
I tried mixing up and calling Messo mess, and I'm never doing that again.
Thank you.
I mean,
No,
Messo
not a
is
mess.
a mess, but
The perfect name for him is Mies because someone else used to call him Miso, and Greg referred to him as Mess.
Someone else. Someone else, eh?
Yeah, someone else. Mies.
Mies.
You want to fight, Mies?
Mies is actually pretty funny.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
It's like the pickles of names.
Miso gonna win.
Yeah, it sounds like Jar Jar Binks language.
Miso,
Miso like Destiny and getting abused by Bungie.
Oh.
Destiny is legend.
oh my god.
Please,
Wait,
Bungie, take more of my money.
I have become legend.
I have become bankrupt because Bungie kept on taking my
Oh, that's
money
hard.
and giving me garbage in return.
In the end, love was canon.
Don't choke.
Until it
Until
did.
it wasn't.
Sorry, Mark. I'm sorry. But and so to kind of put a bow on all of this, I'm sure some of you have actually already seen it. There's a new TTV logo, and there was a new TTV intro. Things have kind of changed a little bit.
We got paint splatters.
It
Oh,
looks
yeah.
so cool, dude.
It's awesome.
I love it.
This
Now we
is
just gotta get the updated stream template.
yes, we will need an update, but this is actually courtesy out of the they kind of surprised us with this one. This is out of the kindness and sheer generosity of Zeros and Kazapar, who I feel go unmentioned too often. They are both unbelievably fantastic, and this is all entirely thanks to them. Well, okay.
You wanna say
except
hi,
for
Kaz?
except for the part where some of it is based off of what VAR drew in March. So, thank you VAR, thank you Kaz, thank you Zeros.
If Kaz and Zeros ever want to unmute their mics and say hi, feel free.
And welcome.
I don't think the crew have that permission. On
I will
Forward
give
and
them.
eat some avocado with us.
I will give them.
Yeah,
permission.
doesn't
And
have his mic.
Maylone, Maysolone or Maylone.
Yeah, Meso, that's why you have to unmute me every single time we do this.
Which is mucho comedy.
Is it though? Because then you ask me to unmute and I just stay muted because I don't.
It's the joke.
Funny joke.
I don't care anymore.
Amazing.
Oh, hey, Phil, what's up, man?
Mange,
I didn't know we had
you were-
phones in this call.
you were gone from like 2 years, and then you came back to a TTV 2 years later, and then you've been here for, the fallout with G2 and all that. Do you have any thoughts on the group and the community you want to go on a diatribe about, or are you like
A diatribe about. I don't
everyone's
know if
gotten to say their mega piece? Do you have any thoughts?
Mega piece.
I don't feel like I got to say a mega piece, but
I don't feel like I got to.
Not a mega
everyone
piece.
in big air quotes, but we've been moving through the ranks of people, and we're gonna get to everyone.
Everyone.
Eventually.
This is like the TTV definition of unanimous.
I meant everyone thus far. We've been moving to the
Everyone
line.
thus far. What does thus far constitute?
Do you not know what the words you speak
That's the
mean?
thing. Everybody has died.
Vin, Purple,
Literally everybody has
LJ,
died. Well, I mean,
What did I say?
Meso's not even going
about how you got fired.
Meso's not even
it
going
that?
through the name order. What is this chaos? It's almost like he doesn't know what he's doing.
I'm tired.
No, you're Tyler.
That's not an excuse.
Oh.
Okay,
It's
fine.
not
You
an
want to snark
excuse.
at me?
I don't know. I feel like the community kind of strained in a that are. I mean, I'm going to compare it by view count because I think the interaction of Bionicle, the Bionicle community as a whole, is kind of strange these days. Because when we did episode 100, we only had 8,000 subscribers, but we actually had a lot of attention with the stuff that we made back then, right as Bionicle was coming back, and not necessarily because of that, but just in general, it seemed like the community was more active and participative with our videos and stuff. And it just seemed a bit more alive. And now G2 barely ended, and we're at
That's all
51,000. Now we're at 51,000 subscribers, and then it's very hit or miss what people actually want to watch or discuss. So I don't know. I find it kind of strange that the view counts are comparable for having 8 times the amount of subscribers where I left.
That is pretty strange, I suppose, but it's just kind of how the Bionicle community worked. It was
Leave
a giant
again. We'll
spin-off.
have 4 million subscribers.
Yes. All right. See you guys. 100 was 200 episodes later. I am leaving again.
Oh my god.
Later, guys.
Well, rest in peace, man.
See ya.
All for the better of the community till I come back.
Yes.
We already got rid of one person for the better of the community.
That is true.
Sure enough.
Purge the Asians from TV.
No, I'm
Wait,
bad.
no.
Success.
Oh no, I'm
Wait.
not coming to that.
It's not racial.
Hold on, no! It's okay, they fired me too.
Raisin.
Stop it!
No, I'm just saying, if I went to a Build-A-Baby and I had my choice.
No, we're done here.
Not this again.
Oh, no.
And I'm just saying that if I went to a restaurant and they served dog,
Oh,
Do you
my
notice
God.
the difference in laughter?
Yeah.
yeah, that's because the one is something that somebody actually has said before.
You're right about that. You're not wrong.
Oh hey, if I could choose between a dog and a robot dog.
I choose the robot dog.
Man. All the discussion.
Wait, are we talking about eating?
Sure.
Shrug. Thinking emoji.
Oh no, if I can't eat bread, what makes me think I can eat robot?
No gluten?
Well, have you tried yet?
How are you doing, Fluff? What's up with you?
Well,
Yeah, you have a diatribe ready for us?
You want to say any diatribes?
Your mega
I'm not
piece?
ready for anything, so no diatribe.
My goodness. AT,
How do you
diatribe,
think
go!
Lego Overwatch will bring back the...
Don't do this to me, man.
So what is,
have any-
what is there left to be said? Like I just.
I can talk for hours. I
Unfortunately,
kind of like. Part of me wants to go
What
to
does
3
TTV
hours
in the
flat.
community mean to you? That's what we're
3 hours. What are we even
You
at?
know,
We're
we're
at-
at 2.5.
roughly.
Little under.
Little under, but yeah, right about 2.5.
I don't think we'll go to 3 hours. I'm just like excited.
We could go 3 hours, but the problem with that is that I actually do have plans.
Yeah, we don't have
that
to go
I
3 hours.
actually
Yeah.
am ignoring to be here right
We
now.
need Var to come back though.
Well,
Sure, I-
alternatively, I can just pull a vend and pop out.
You can if you want to leave.
You
Feel
wouldn't
free.
be the first.
Do you have a diatribe or just a
I
message to the
really
community?
don't have a diatribe.
You have
I
anything to say about us?
Look, I haven't been here. They don't know
Probably
me.
nothing
I
to say
barely
about
know
this.
you. They don't know me. Nobody cares.
But do you want to
That's
get
the way
to let
I
them
like
get
it.
to know you?
No, because
us
let's be
in,
honest.
Keeney.
Let's be honest. They don't want to know me.
Don't push us away.
You
I
say
do what
that,
I
but I
want,
bet
boy.
there's a lot of curiosity around the entity known
Yes.
as Zucchini.
Yes, and that's how I like it. We need to keep the mystery alive.
Zucchini, can we talk about your relationship troubles on air?
Yeah, on its own episode.
Ooh.
TTV talk.
I would
Split
also
equally,
like to join.
split equally between 3 hours on TTV and 3 hours on Burning Bridges. # plug the project that's never going to come out because I have no time now.
Shill it. Shill it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, farewell, Kitty. We'll keep your air of mystery.
Here.
Thank you for gracing us.
Here, just for you, Meso.
Oh no. To be continued.
Wait, Kitty, play us favorite House Atlantic.
Yeah, just like the good old days.
You realize I
No,
haven't
we
played this
we
in a very long
we
time.
need the whole
Yeah,
Keeney set list. We need the whole Keeney set list with Dust in the Wind over and over, and also Roundabout.
Oh.
Amazing. I know copyrighted music.
You're excused.
Somebody needs to edit that one video. It's like one of my favorite Three Virtues video. I can't believe I just said that. It's probably
Why? We just said it's not the Three Virtues.
Okay, hold on.
You didn't
Okay.
just say it.
Hold on.
Also,
Glow in the teeth, dark.
Before I leave, I just have to
Before
throw
you
this
leave.
out. Okay, because
smell of
somebody in the YouTube chat went in all caps. Wait, Keeney is here with a question. Where else would I be? Who else in TTV is K Hawkeye? Who else? There's only
Well, actually-
2 Ks.
Actually, it's
There's
just...
only 2.
Sorry, but
Wait, he's here?
You were like verbally saying this one meme I have.
2 of us.
Hang on.
There was only ever 2 of us with a K in the name.
Kitty, you should go.
And
You
I-
should dress. You should
Why?
dress as Ash Ketchum for Halloween this year.
No.
Ash Ketchum.
Oh my god.
You are not the first person to make that joke, Tyler, nor will you be the last.
Oh, snap, crackle, pop.
Unfortunately, I don't have the luxury of doing that when I'm stuck working for Halloween.
You poor sap. Alexa, play. In the end.
Despacito. Oh. Alexa, play Donuts by
No.
Dirt Caps.
I'm a dub at the bob and die. I just dropped my monitor.
Wait, drops your monitor?
Oh yeah, because Meso has a shoddy setup.
Meso,
I have a floppy disk.
Meso, you're supposed to drop the beat, not the desk. Not the
Break it
monitor.
down.
I like knocked my desk and my monitor almost flew back against the wall and crashed to the ground, which would have knocked my mic off and probably like knocked my
it would have broken all of them.
It's like a domino effect.
But anyways, the Three Virtues.
So,
Yeah,
anyways,
he's a cool guy.
TTV, I'm out of here. It's been a wow. It's been a pleasure, I think.
I've enjoyed
I'm
knowing
not
you,
sure
Keeney.
anymore.
Do you have any inspirational speeches for the Bionicle community?
No.
I got nothing.
Oh, yeah, no, as Prentice said, yes, that's right, for the Bionicle community. Don't double post, stop using OOC only posts in your RPGs on my boards, and don't make me go through your PMs.
Whoa!
What?
Whoa!
Boards. TTV
And-
boards.
Keeney is the FBI now.
That's all I
Have a
got.
good one. Keeney.
It's been
Adios,
fun.
amigos.
See
Have
you,
fun.
man.
Ciao, mains.
And
Goodbye. I
now
really have some chow mein.
we are now down to 8.
There's still 8 of us?
Who's
Yes.
going next?
I'm actually really surprised and pleased
Doesn't
by
feel
how
like
funny yet coherent this podcast has been.
Yeah,
It started off really
I think we've learned.
Coherent?
It mellowed out afterwards.
What?
Yeah.
It helps that I just don't say anything.
Now,
That's my.
For years.
AT, your diatribe is next. Your mega piece.
What's a diatribe?
It's like a
Like a
long
rant.
rambling speech or rant.
No, so a rant. Okay.
What you did about your history was like a diatribe. Purple.
Okay.
Right, what I did about
Diatribe,
Mahi crack-
noun, a forceful and bitter verbal attack against someone or something.
Never mind. Thank you, Google. Teaching me the error of my ways.
His name is Takuma, not Google.
Listen, I care a lot about proper definitions during semantic arguments. Like whether Ruby quantifies as an anime or not.
Oh God.
Which should be believed, Encyclopedia Britannica or Merriam-Webster.
Gosh, owned by the
Which is
same
right
person.
dictionary.
Gosh,
Quick,
Nessa,
vote yes if
all of
that
your
Ruby
arguments
is
are
an anime.
semantics.
Or vote no if Ruby is not an anime. Float the vote now.
Ruby is.
Yeah, but LJ, you're the one who said that.
ahead.
What was it?
Do it. Do it, old
what
bones.
was the word?
Ruby is Americanime.
Ruby American.
He's the one who said theological had to do with theories.
Okay, I misspoke. It was theoretical. It was theoretical.
We were talking about peeling a car. And we were talking about the theological aspect.
Theoretical.
Of peeling a car.
I meant to say theoretical.
You said theological.
I know what I said. It was a mistake.
Disappointing that peel a car actually just left before this.
Would you say peel a car is like in your top 3 moments, Purple? What's like your top 3 moments?
I don't know about top 3, but no. Okay, well, top 3 moments from when I was a fan: Peel a Car, the One Dragonology episode thing, and the I don't know. I think it was either the Christmas or New Year special of 2014.
All right.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. 'cause
I
we
actually
also,
don't think I ever knew this joke to begin with.
it's
My
a long
favorites
story.
are peel a car, box of useless junk, and too much pasta. But LJ, go ahead and explain peel a car for me.
No, I
No, I can do an impression.
Do it.
Oh no.
You can't peel a car. Okay, listen.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, listen.
Okay, listen.
Okay, listen. Just like casually.
That was
You
perfect.
knew
That was so
the
LJ.
words just came out your mouth, and you just knew that you
Okay.
had to explain.
It's about ethics in 3D printing.
So no,
were-
it's
yeah,
not
we were
about
talking about
ethics and
3D
3D. Okay, so the argument
We were
was
talking about we were talking about how the whole joke about you wouldn't download a car, and
Okay,
so
okay.
we were talking about the thing is in the future you could in theory download a car or download a Lego set or something like that because you can download the schematics and make a physical thing, and we were talking about all the implications of that, and we were talking about like food, and LJ started complaining about how it wouldn't be a banana, and so we looked it up and figured out, oh no, wait, hey, food has been 3D printed before. And LJ is all like, that doesn't constitute as a banana. Besides, it's not the same as downloading a car. I'm like, what do you mean it's not the same as downloading? You can't peel a car. That was his logic.
So I have I have
And
since
everyone just laughed. And that
I
was the
have
best part.
definitely learned that you can in
And
fact
then LJ had to BRB in the middle of the episode, and we were just sitting there going, oh my gosh, that's the stupidest thing I've ever had to go through.
it's it is in fact possible to 3D print a banana.
I think
And-
it was kind of I don't know. Like,
And you
it
were
was
like,
to do with
oh,
the
that's not a
materials.
banana because of theological reasons.
It's theoretical!
Yeah, we
You
know.
didn't say that. You didn't say that.
I know what I did and did not say. It was a mistake. Having you here was a mistake.
Yeah.
This whole thing.
No,
was
I'm pretty sure
sick.
Purple said.
happy little mistake.
No, Purple said that she enjoyed when I was on the
We're all
podcast,
just
so it
happy
can't be a
little
mistake.
accident.
Exactly.
Yeah, some of us are happy little accidents, and there's LJ who's just an accident.
Okay. All right. That's it. You want to fight?
When LJ was born, his
Yep.
mother
When-
said, "What a
His
treasure!"
mother-
And his dad said, "Yes, let's bury it."
Yes, let's bury it.
Both of you have said that now.
LJ, welcome back to TTV.
Yeah, thanks.
No.
Never
Only
heard
one of
that
us have
one.
said it because Envy and I are the same person.
Oh,
No,
that's
that's
right.
true.
That is true.
People did think that.
Same
I've
with
never seen them in the same room.
same with Meso and Ven. They're the same person as well.
Venomac.
But no lie though, I thought Meso and Ben were the same person when I listened to the podcast.
Terrible.
Amazing.
I was like, sometimes Meso seems really weird. He seems like really lethargic and just doesn't care about it just sounds like he doesn't care.
That's Vin for you.
Well, what do you
right.
guys think? Maybe it's time to head out.
Time to.
No,
time for the
24-hour
TTV
stream.
to end.
Not all of us have gone on a diatribe yet, though.
Oh,
Yeah, anybody else want to volunteer for Diatribe tribute?
I can.
Well,
do
I mean,
it.
after AT, and no.
Famous last words.
Okay, this is your time to make a top 10 moments worthy speech.
Wait.
If anyone has any stuff to submit, now's
I
the
mean,
time.
So
Other
I
than
mean-
thank you so much for staying this long.
I mean,
Like the fans and everybody here. Like it's
Yeah.
been a long,
Oh, yeah.
long time. Like I've never been this. Well, I'm not really that committed, but this is the longest. I went through my mind. I was like, I am committed, but then I think back to a week ago where I
Was
was
I
gone
really?
for a month.
you were gone for a month. Yeah, that's right.
You're still here, Fluff. That shows more commitment than most people from our past.
Still kicking, only just.
Yeah.
Yeah, just thank you for sticking around and everything. It's just it's such there's so much loyalty to the Bionicle franchise when over the years, even despite G2 and its disappointments, we've all stayed as a community and just found our own stuff. I'm really loving this era. I love the memes.
We transcended Bionicle and used it as fuel for the next generation. That's how I like to think of
Next
it.
generation of memeage.
Fwef is
And of
forever
course,
my meme queen.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And just everyone here, thank you so much for the amazing years that you've given me of jokes and yeah, just this is a
Keep
family.
going.
This is my internet family. When my parents are they finally accepted that I have an internet friends group. I'm I'm gonna speak to my internet friends, and they're like, okay, whatever, loser. But now they're just you have fun. What about how's your American friends? That's what they're like now. They're so implemented.
Oh,
into,
So does that mean they'll help you go to BrickFair 2019?
possibly?
Remember?
They definitely trust you guys now.
Remember when we were talking to your father, and he thought that the drink that I had was an alcoholic
Oh, he thought
beverage?
the other KI was actually a responsible person. Yeah, I remember that.
No, that's not what I was talking about. I had.
Boy, was he wrong. He should have trusted.
There's a particular. I forget the name of it, but there's a particular drink concoction I make where it's lemonade and then there's iced tea on top. There's a name for it.
Are you talking about an Arnie Palmer?
Yeah, that's it.
Lemonade and juice.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. And
Some
your
people
father.
call it half and half out east, which just confuddles me.
It's not a half
That's
and
weird.
half.
'Cause half and half is that
It's
milk
cream.
stuff.
Yeah.
But your father thought that it was an alcoholic beverage because the two had mixed and created kind of this light tea-colored substance. I was like, wait, no, hold on.
You know what?
Go ahead.
Well, you know what my dad also did? He dyed his hair purple, pink, orange, green, and all that stuff. So I wouldn't.
Is your
At the
father
same
purple?
time?
Ooh, no, that would make things weird.
Pretty true.
make things more convoluted than G2.
Oh man.
Ulti just
No,
posted the greatest meme ever.
Yeah, just thank you, and I hope that this is not even close to the end. I hope you'll continue trucking on despite getting older and
God, I
having
hope not.
responsibilities and.
Please put us out of our misery.
Oh my gosh.
The format might change, but the TTV spirit will never die.
I
My
may be
TTV spirit died 4 years ago.
The TTV spirit
Oh,
definitely died when you imbeciles decided to make a podcast titled Logan Paul Reacts to Hail Denmark.
Yeah, here we go.
That is egregious. It's shallow. It's hollow. It's disgusting. It's soulless. It's moralist. It's absolutely disgusting.
Weren't you the one who was like,
weren't you the podcast we're talking
Don't
about?
miss when TTV podcasts have fun names.
It's not a fun name. It's so
It was a pretty fun
transparent
name.
in its shallowness.
We all,
To the eye of the beholder, you friggin' hypocrite.
You know what?
As the people that were on that episode, I think we.
Var just pulled a hypocritical hit on LJ.
Oh, you want to talk about being a hypocrite?
You know what's hollow? What's hollow is going on Twitter and freaking farming every goddamn Lego employee that you can to get on your show so that you can freaking challenge our channel, huh? That's hollow as fuck!
Now that's the diatribe.
I'm
He said "pho" like that new Paul
Yeah, I
McCartney
said
song,
pho.
But
Amazing.
Fudge.
It sounds like you have some pent up energy.
Several people are typing.
So, on the anniversary of LJ being fired, we're here to announce. So
I'd like
long,
to-
LJ. Another statement regarding LJ.
Again.
Another statement regarding El.
Listen, and it's like about the
Another in capitals. Another statement regarding.
So far, you said your TTV spirit has burned out.
Uh-huh.
That's why we brought on.
And just my spirit in general.
Remember, the opinions of illustrious Var do not represent the now dissolved Pandemic Panda LLC. Rest in peace.
Rest in pieces.
Rest in panda.
Rest in Pisces.
I don't know, kids. Oh, there are so many memes being posted in the chat right now.
Oh, I've got to see this.
No, to go to Patreon and join our exclusive Discord server for $1 a month. Holla
price of a
holla.
really
Give me
expensive
that dollar.
Holla holla, pay us $1.
Bar actually needs the dollars.
Is this so sad? Can we get $50?
Creepy crawler, give me $1.
We'll never
Give me
forget.
$50.
This thing's still in one piece. It's a trooper, dude.
Is it true? Oh, that's what I was gonna say. That would've been- Okay, so you know I was talking about the 3 virtues stuff and how I messed that up. Well, I was gonna talk about the video of Creepy Crawler, Give Me $1, and how to be continued memes should be made of it, and I will make it if no one else will.
That's awesome. No one else will.
Oh, dude.
Also, Var is not nice.
Indeed.
There should be a picture, a caption from the video of captioned about X still being around and like doing fine. This thing's still in one piece. It's a trooper.
The bit when like Meso falls down the stairs is like.
I didn't
one
fall
of
down the
those, like-
stairs. I was a parkour master. Var fell down the stairs.
That is true. I did fall down the stairs.
But only because I sabotaged him.
I just remember
Indirectly.
somebody fell. Meso just.
That
like,
just seems like the thing that would happen to me, falling down the stairs.
Yeah, that,
No,
that
no,
sounds
okay,
about
wait a minute.
right. No,
If only it had killed me.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
I once fell down the stairs and it bruised my rib for months.
I once fell down the stairs and like. Well,
I was completely
that happened.
unharmed.
Yeah, it was pretty. I was
Yeah.
actually really glad because that could have been bad.
Meso fell down the stairs and then the girl took sympathy on him and became his girlfriend.
I once fell.
Wow.
I once,
Whoa.
oh.
That is not how it happened.
300.
Rude, dude.
I once fell down.
But then Meso realized that was shallow and dumped her and got a new girlfriend that was much better.
I fell down the stairs once, and when I woke up, everything was weird and everybody hated me.
Yeah,
Okay,
are you
so-
implying Meso's had multiple girlfriends?
He has.
I fell down the stairs once
Yeah,
and then I
you're
wook
right.
up.
I have had multiple.
I was so
girlfriends.
sad.
Purple.
What?
I was
I don't
sad.
think-
Just came.
Have you not heard the story of the ex?
Purple, how do you not know this already?
Wait,
You
what?
know this. It doesn't really
like, I don't
count because he was 12.
Yeah, I don't really count it either, to be fair, but like it did happen.
Oh, really?
It just wasn't like a serious thing.
Cereal stuff.
Indeed.
Okay.
I could go for some cereal.
I could go for some food. I have.
All right.
I've only
Blueberry
had
morning.
Luke's brother.
a little bit to eat today.
You okay, dude?
I'm losing it.
Hey, team. Do you have anything else you want to say now that you're officially a host?
What does TTV mean to you?
Good question.
It means a bunch of people who, when I'm editing the audio, there's a whole bunch of background noises I gotta edit out, and it's so freaking annoying. It took me hours.
So you're annoyed. You are annoyed that
The
you're
nights
doing your
where we
job.
wanted to play Warframe or something, and AT was like, "No, I gotta finish this audio." By the way, I'm not getting paid.
No way. Oh man, I gotta do my job.
AT, the thing we really mean to you, were your favorite Overwatch competitive buds, right?
Can we play Overwatch on some
You'll always
occasions?
play Overwatch competitive with us.
He rarely plays Overwatch competitive with us.
I'm open to it these days. If you guys are open to like,
I'm open to it these
game
days.
voice chat. Well, like you guys are openly. Well, we don't care if we win. Like back like the first couple of seasons, it was like
competitive spirit.
It is totally the competitive spirit. Fight back against nerves. Fight back against expectations, aggravations, annihilations, other things that
Fight back against the will to live.
Oh my gosh, no!
Fight-
Do not do
fight
that!
back.
Don't listen to VAR!
Messa, what are you doing in
we don't.
Venice?
Man. Speaking of Mess, you mentioned it earlier. So we do have a topic on the TTV message boards where you can go and submit your top 10 favorite TTV moments from 2018. We skipped on the 2017
I
list.
should admit something I've said. I really
not
want
be
to
able
be
to-
part of a list one day.
That'd be fun, and it should definitely be something. The number. Sorry, I didn't mean to just kind of.
Any idea?
No. I wanted to respond to Messa because it should absolutely. The number one spot should absolutely be something I said.
No. It should most definitely not be LJ's return.
It should definitely
not
be my
happen.
return.
If only the YouTube audience could see all the memes.
Join all the memes in the TTV Discord server.
Can we get 75 patrons?
What is that? What is it?
It's like one of the most disturbing TTV.
There's some pretty funny
There's only like
shiitake
a couple
mushrooms
that
going
talk.
on in here.
I don't like this image actually. I'm not a fan of this image.
It's disturbing. It is legitimately disturbing.
Can we get 75 patrons?
It feels like I.
Oh yeah, can we talk about the memes? Can we talk about the Story Bible memes?
Yes.
Do
Can I
it.
trade your meme for a meme?
Like, VAR takes full credit for this meme, even though, like, it was a Story Bible thing. So there was this meme. LJ, I demand you put this up, by the way.
Ask.
I demand-
What's the magic word, Messo? What is it?
Do
Now.
it! No, I mean,
Abracadabra.
Oh no, that's it. It's definitely not happening now.
please, Louise.
My gosh,
That's-
you were so needy, Messa.
Messo, I'm not Luis.
Please post it.
There you go.
Gillian.
LJ Galian.
And then,
Oh,
and then
what?
post VAR's iteration, the one that started it all.
Okay. Wait, do you have a link to the? Okay. Yes, you do. Okay. So. So the meme Messo is referring to is this one, and this is from the leaked visual guide. I think it is.
Style guide in there.
Style guide, yeah, that too. And then VAR improved it.
He did. Because it starts off like Mask of the Mask Maker. This is the mask he was buried with. So we all met our iterations. And VAR was like Mask of the LJ. This is the mask he was fired with.
Yeah, it's okay. It'd be funnier if I was dead.
Oh my gosh.
VAR.
We all started doing our own.
You know, it's not as funny hearing that as it is saying it.
Yeah, you're probably right, huh?
That was really good.
Anyway, the quickest way to make me a happy person is to make more of these memes because they're my favorite type of meme. It's so good. Like we had Mask of the Modern
You're so fat.
This magic belt time.
Okay. All right.
I'm the one-man apocalypse. I'm a one-man apocalypse.
I hope that character gets nerfed into the ground.
Nobody calls
Why
me
won't you
Tubby.
get nerfed out of life?
No.
Okay.
Say bacon. Say watermelon one more time.
Well, we only have 16 more minutes to go till we hit
That's,
3 hours.
Why?
4. I'm just kidding.
It's not really necessary. We
Yeah.
can stop.
Okay.
We've
I didn't
run
go
out
on
of
my
things to
diatribe
discuss. Does anyone want to do a diatribe? Optional diatribes.
Yes.
Calling now.
Fine.
I heard Takuma start to say something.
Takuma got dibs.
Okay.
I mean, if we're going to talk about what TTV means to us,
If you want any topic.
A diatribe about that being a bitter verbal attack.
Yes.
Remember earlier when I
Exactly.
said you don't know what the words you speak mean, Meso?
Listen, the real diatribes were the enemies we made along the way.
Holy crap.
Trying to sound intelligent.
That's my whole philosophy, dude. You gotta fake it till you make it.
That was someone else's philosophy, Meso.
No, I don't think that was his philosophy.
That was that was his
another one.
entire persona. Yes. He has said that on multiple occasions.
Yeah,
I'm
well.
really good at faking it though, or making it.
I like that.
I love all the veiled smack talk this episode.
I don't.
Am I right,
Smack
guys?
talk
Really,
is mean.
Very divisive.
Very divisive.
I wish we could all just get along.
Takuma, did you actually have a diatribe, or?
Or a positive statement.
a positive, positive statement. You know, I was trying to think of something smartly to say, but
I have no TTV.
I'm surprised I'm still alive.
you know,
I heard talking. Trying to think of something.
So we were talking about my audition earlier. When was that? I don't remember. That was so
2014, mid 2014.
2014.
Was it really 2014?
Yes.
You know, I've been around for 2014, like 4 years. Doesn't feel like that, and I don't feel like I've contributed much to the channel since I hopped on. But just hearing things.
Sorry,
I'm pouring out my heart here, and you laugh.
I'm sorry.
It's funny memes.
Oh yeah, TTV, TNT, RFE. I forgot about that. Oh gosh. But
Oh my god! I never thought I'd live to see the day where TGVTHM
I apologize
memes.
to Kuma on his behalf.
What's the context? What's the context?
Which one?
Which one do you think?
I don't know!
You know me. You know me.
Okay, sure, so the one of Var and my tiny head.
Freaking no. That's also funny. It was like a 1-2 punch. It's just like one was a sucker punch and one was a light jab.
Okay. You done?
Also, you killed me. I apologize for my random outburst of laughter. It's just Ulti fulfilled my request in spectacular fashion. Now, Takuma, continue pouring your heart out.
I don't have anything to pour out. I'm heartless. Let's be honest here. All I've done since I showed up 4 years ago is poke fun and make witty comebacks and beat people down. I've contributed nothing of value or that is positive.
But Takuma,
And
the
yet-
RPG.
And shut up. You're just proving my point.
Takuma.
I have brought nothing but insults and broken promises and empty dreams. And yet, throughout all that, there are people in this community, like Purple, who got happy when I was on an episode, even though I barely say anything.
Hi.
Kazapar, who took videos of me and made them into amazing GIFs. Zeros, who made amazing art. Purple made amazing art. Everyone who showed up at BrickFair and wanted my autograph for some stupid freaking reason. People like Cybonap. People like, I'm probably mispronouncing names here. Sage. Oh my gosh, she's adorable. Made me artwork.
Was she there?
She was there.
I have contributed nothing of worth to this channel, and yet this community has given so much to me that I don't deserve.
Man, my diatribe seems rubbish now.
That was good. It's not too late to change your ways, Takuma.
Yeah,
It's not too late to
exactly.
and make channel content.
See, okay, Takuma, we can start to make a change right now. Say something. Say something.
Or you can
nice.
be like me and not make
If
anything
you want
at all.
to make a change, you don't know the words.
Nice. Go ahead and say something nice to me, Takuma.
Ta-da-da.
Come on.
When it was right in all the middle of that came downstairs like, hey, we gotta close the window, the air conditioning's on.
You were like chop it out. It sounded like but it can just.
While I was in the middle of that, Dad comes downstairs and says, hey, we gotta close the windows, the air conditioning's on. Just totally breaks my life.
It's okay. All right, Takuma, here, say something nice to me that you mean.
So anyway, as I was saying,
okay.
all I know is, Fluff was right earlier. This is a family here. I knew very few people
family picture.
I knew very few people growing up, and yet this is a group of people that I have come to identify so strongly. People who get me.
No.
Well, I mean,
People who I know. People who, when I can say that I like the story about how the Toa went to Matanui so that they could collect the Kanohi so they could confront the Makuta, but then wound up awakening the Borok, which unleashed the Rahi and the Rakshi, and they don't look at me like I'm some sort of freak or just blank-eyed.
I really remember when Unleashing the Borok unleashed the Rahi. That was my favorite part of my article.
Ah, shut up, Mesoe.
Amazing.
That was my favorite story here.
But still, just the attention and the fan art and the interactions in this community and this I would never trade this for anything.
Fair enough.
You traded me for
I wish I
blank
could. I wish I
space.
could give you all a great big hug.
Aw. Sending internet hug.
Even me, Takuma?
File
Even
is
me?
too large.
Birds and birds.
LJ, if you don't want to know the answer to a question, you shouldn't ask it.
Oh my gosh.
You could have just left it and took it as being that way, but
Okay.
you didn't. You had to ask.
Give him a hug, but tape bread to your hands.
Why would you say
Saran
that?
wrap it.
Okay. For real though, VAR works super hard on this. LJ,
VAR is cool.
LJ brings us the views.
Wow. Okay.
That's a good summary of TTV right there.
Nice.
VAR works super hard. LJ brings us the views. Meso.
So we've established that LJ's the dude of the family and
The
Var's-
dude. I'm the only dude here.
I don't know.
VAR is the head of
Dude of
household, and then
dudes.
We wouldn't be where we are today without VAR. He puts in so much work in this channel.
Correct.
LJ he's a popular guy. He's got personality. It's part of the reason people watch us.
Last I checked.
Meso is, I don't know, he's just this little bundle of I don't know what, but it's somehow both grotesque and entertaining at the same time. And I wouldn't have TTV without it.
Thank you.
Purple is an amazing artist who likes good music. And who cares if she did it for attention? What are any of us here for? Because we like stuff and because we want attention. She's just more honest about it than most of us are.
Oh my gosh.
I wanted to make friends.
Envy, and you are a great friend. Envy was part of the reason I got into this whole crazy group because we played Dota together, even if we don't play it much anymore, and I will always treasure that.
I don't even remember the last time we played was.
Come on, Takuma, say ya to Dota.
I reinstalled it. And then there's oh my god. And then there's Swift, who just I don't know. She's got her own brand of humor that is just hilarious.
Internet family.
I'm sorry.
And then there's AT, who will always be one of my oldest and bestest friends.
Mask of the Evoca Tamer Maker.
The mask he always wears. Oh my god.
I just love you all, guys. I just love you guys all so much.
Even me?
You too, Takuma.
Yes, LJ, even you.
Finally!
What do you think of Ven and X? No, I'm just kidding.
The Kazapar's the one who'll always be like a son to me.
Wow.
Good old Kaz.
Old man Takuma.
Oh my gosh.
And Purple's like the cool sister that I was separated from at birth, and I regret
sister.
Oh my god!
As far as actual.
Oh my god, we're not actually siblings. Shut up.
What are you talking about, sis?
No. That would be very weird.
Awkward.
That'd be
That would be weird,
hilarious.
Purple.
Yeah, why would it be weird, Purple?
Oh, shut up.
That would be really, really,
Yeah, something
really
to say.
funny.
Guys, here's to many more years. And
Don't be so sure about that.
Unless
Nothing is guaranteed.
Oh my gosh. Well, I think
I only hope that one day I live
Envy,
to
back at it
deserve
again with
whatever
reality.
Thank
Okay.
God.
Like
I'm
a
done.
week later, we all split up and hate each other.
Like the Beatles?
Yeah.
No, stop it, Bruce Banner.
I love that picture. It's so good.
I just said a bunch of cutesy stuff for the attention.
Nice.
LJ, post the picture. Do it.
Gosh! Say the magic word! We're going to reteach you humility and respect!
The magic word. We're going to reteach you humility and respect.
Reteach you.
What is Ven doing in that photo?
The Shia
He's doing a
LaBeouf pose that he
he's
does
doing a-
after the
He's
Just
he's
Do It
doing,
video.
He's doing a threatening pose.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Meso. One more time. What's the magic word?
Please post the group picture.
There we go. Good
After
boy.
the tumor got removed.
You're so needy.
After the trash got taken out.
Wait a minute. I don't know how you pronounce that. If it's Spy-ang or Spiang or whatever, but he has a point. Meso,
Ang,
I'd
like
say at this
Avatar.
point, we're good friends.
Nice. I'm glad to hear that. I feel the same way.
Now that we've removed the mighty tumor.
Now all we need
Or I
is
should say, I think we're good friends.
all we need is a cool activity to strengthen our bonds of friendship. A
Like
three-letter
D&D?
word, perhaps.
D&D.
May or may not start with R,
Uh,
but it doesn't have to, depending.
can it start with
It's D&D.
shout outs?
He was thinking RPG.
Oh.
A meme RPG.
Got it.
Takuma's RPG.
Man, I would love to play D&D with you guys, but there's no way our schedules would ever work.
Yeah,
That is
it was
true.
a stretch years ago. It's an impossibility.
If I knew when and where, I would be there.
Good run. I like it. I'm proud of you.
I'm so proud.
So,
I just need the space to do it. That's all I need.
Give me the space.
All I need is my own house, which will cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars.
guys,
True.
I think we're almost about to make it. We're at like 2 minutes 50. It's 2 hours 54 minutes.
Well,
Don't worry, Takuma, you can DJ Khaled this and
in that
buy
case,
yourself a house.
no more diatribes.
Wait,
We
no,
gotta
I do have a
wrap
shout
up.
out to make though.
What's the
Because-
shout out?
So, I like how a lot of people have been telling me to make this shout out as if I forgot. But given that we always do a patron shout out, and I did agree to do this, I would like to shout out the patron for this episode is Ulti. He's in the chat. I I forgot what exactly I said to agree to do this, But we had a Halo 5 1v1, and I lost. It was very close. He plays incredibly well. Yeah, it was great. And
Good old LJ wagering channel stuff on dumb video game bets. Hundreds of episodes and some things stay the same.
And I wanted to keep
Dumb
my
shit.
word because Ulti is he's a fun person to talk to and be around, and I'm glad that he is here.
a good, fun person.
We should just shout out. We should just shout out the entire Patreon channel
Honestly,
for episode
yeah.
300.
They're incredible.
But then it's not special.
You're right.
It's special because it's episode 300.
And if everyone's super,
nobody's super.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
pretty sure I had a childhood crush on Syndrome.
That is
Okay, well,
all
TTV
right.
300
Well,
confessions.
well,
Well,
I
at
don't
least
know how to
Syndrome's not
feel
your
about
brother.
that.
I know how to
Mars
feel about
confuzzled.
That
negatively.
Anyway, LJ, props to you for
Nothing but
keeping
negative
your word.
things.
Yeah, props to you for being a jerk.
Purple, you're the best.
Listen, it's prime
Wait,
comedy,
wait.
dude.
What would a Purple Syndrome relationship name be?
Oh dear God.
Syndrome.
Perdrome?
Wait, no. Syndragum.
Sinpira.
Nice.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah, I keep forgetting your name is Sakura now.
Cinderella.
Yeah, nah, it's purple. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
No,
that's
I mean
cool.
literally right now in the patron chat, it's purple.
Yeah.
Sakura's a cool name. It's just there's so much like mental association with
Yeah, it's
Ruby.
like with
I like.
Fluffy.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Plus, Pira's dead. So.
Shut up! Don't remind me.
Aw.
All right.
All
This
right.
is so sad.
Mess
I
up.
was joking that we have to end exactly at 3 hours. By the way, if anyone else does have any diatribes, you're more than free.
I think
Who's
I think
going to
everyone-
even listen to it at this point?
LJ or Var, if you guys want to say something.
Dude,
Also, Lamau.
I have talked enough.
Dude,
I'm good.
let's
All
go
right.
ahead and
It's
wrap
the
this up.
300th episode. 3 hours. Is
All right.
All right.
Like perfect.
You
Well, we're
guys
not
are
gonna end it
great.
exactly 3 hours. I know LJ is gonna like miss outro it. Oh yeah, it's already too late anyway. All right.
Okay. So let's just end it then.
In that case, thank you all so much for being a part of this amazing community, this amazing journey. We've weathered storms, we've weathered trials and tribulations, but I think at the end of the day, we've all come out stronger for it.
No, we haven't.
I think we have. I think that trials,
Nah, someone got kicked out. He's not strong enough.
trials and tribulations breed strength. I think that we might not be perfect, we might fight, we might have issues, but we've overcome a lot.
Might have issues.
Might
We've
fight.
had our fair share of issues, but we've overcome them. And
Gosh.
there is no, I will disregard that image.
Oh
and
my
keep talking.
gosh, dude. Whoa.
There is no other group of
Whoa.
people. I'm trying not to look. I'm trying not to
Dude, LJ.
No.
what?
No. For the record,
Man, look at you.
I did
Yeah,
not
you grew a
post.
mullet.
I did not post anything. Just so everyone is well aware.
You're like someone from a different era.
Right?
It looks like he has a mullet.
Yeah.
There is no other group of people or community in this world I treasure as much as all of you. And I thank you all for everything you've done over the years, both this group and the fans. Honestly, it has been a journey, and if I have my way about it, we're going nowhere anytime soon. The topic may change, the focus may change, the video style may change, but we're going to use up the energy of whatever we have to consume and burn through as fuel to power on, because that is how it has always been.
Unless you fire me again.
Unless we fire you again.
Which
I mean,
will definitely happen.
What
in
the
that
heck?
case, the fire would be like generating fuel, you know, in a manner of speaking.
Oh my gosh.
You might need to be like the sacrificial egg in our success omelet.
Lamb!
occasionally.
Sacrificial lamb!
Sacrificial egg.
You have to practice to make an omelet.
You're an egg.
Nah.
But for now, thank you all for listening to TTV 300. It has been my pleasure. I am Meso.
I'm Var.
I'm LJ.
I'm Ton of Brain Victus. No,
I'm Fluffy.
I'm Takuma Nuva.
I'm purple.
I'm a Voga Tamer.
And bye!
Goodbye. Have a good day,
I
night,
lagged.
morning, or afternoon.
Are those my only options?
Yes. Choose wisely.
Guys, we gotta do it.
No, I really don't want to give it to them.
Come
All
on.
right.
Do what?
I've never done it.
To make them
Three, two,
happy.
one, sync.
Come on.
Sync,
I've never
don't
done
give
it.
it to
This
them.
is like saying objection at the end of Ace Attorney games. It's a rite of passage.
One more. One more time.
All right.
One more story.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sing!